You've seen him for years as Hollywood's bad guy on TV and in movies. Now, listen to him right here. Here's your host, the multi-talented Jasper Cole.
Woohoo! All right. Howdy, and welcome to On the Set with Jasper Cole. We are playing. We'll rock it out. We've got our music going. Woo! Well, this is our first official broadcast at Universal Broadcasting Network. Work it out. We'd like to say this is Reverend Cole coming to you from Sunset Gower Studios. It is a tea dance. It is the alternative to church up in here.
Sure.
So we're just gonna let RuPaul play it out. Yes, the mics are on, everybody.
Are they on?
Yes. So listen.
What is this big black thing in my way?
Speaking of big black things,
that would be me.
Please welcome my way too gay sidekick, Miss Ralph Cole Jr.
I need to take a picture of him for our listeners.
Hey, Ralph.
No pictures.
Wow.
Oh!
Hey, work it out.
February 3rd, work it out. Jasper's birthday, work it out.
Super Bowl Sunday.
I thought it was the Beyonce Bowl.
All right. Okay, shut up, Ralph. There are other people in the room.
Ralph,
Really?
look at me, honey.
Look, work it out. Say hi. Speaking of divas, please welcome all the way from Orange County,
Yes.
Entertainment Dish with Dara.
I'm here. Yes, I am.
RuPaul is working it out tonight.
Ralph is RuPaul.
RuPaul needs to be a sponsor at this point, bitch, please. Anyway, guys, listen, I've got my whole posse with me today, and it would not be complete without finalizing it by saying hi to Mr. Marcus Redmond, Rants with Marcus. Hey, buddy, welcome.
What's going on, man?
I'm just jamming out to RuPaul here.
Just for like, wasn't this song like out last century?
Yeah, it was
Seriously,
sometime
how old is
I was
this
in
song?
high school, but it's one of my
Right.
favorites. So there we go. Anyway.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that was RuPaul. We love RuPaul. And welcome everyone to our very first broadcast here at UBN Radio. We are now going to be on the first Sunday of each month from 4 to 6 Pacific time. Work it out. And people said, Jasper, why are you having the show during the Super Bowl?
Right,
And I
straight
said,
people.
not everybody's watching the Super
Not
Bowl.
everybody,
and we're
no.
going to talk
Right,
about the
it's
Super
the
Bowl.
Beyonce Bowl.
We can mention the bowl.
I
Right.
said to someone told
Right,
me,
Marcus? It's
well,
really the Beyonce Bowl.
right, Marcus?
I can't. My straightness will not allow me to agree.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
look, I played football and shit growing up, so I'm all for it. I mean, I come
it's
from.
not. It's not that. It's just I can't, in good conscience, hand the entire bowl over to Beyonce.
Okay.
Well, do you
All
think
right.
she's going to
It's a
finally
Beyonce
sing
thing.
live? Because there was
Oh,
all
let's
this
leave her alone.
controversy
Yes.
about
I
that.
just,
Yeah, what's the big deal?
I just feel like. Thank you.
Tell us about your
for
feelings.
The years, Beyonce.
You know,
It's
Dr.
enough
Laura
now.
Schlesinger says she doesn't
Oh,
care about
God.
feelings.
I don't like
she
when you
wants to
quote
hear.
her.
She wants to
I
hear
don't like when you quote her.
thoughts and
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah, we don't
So-
like her
Dara.
anymore.
Yeah, I
Thank
agree
you.
with you, Dara.
Right. Bye-bye.
I think she's just done very well, and everything has gone wonderfully. And thank you, and that's enough now.
Right, but we're going to get into her a little later.
Yeah,
If
that's all.
Jay-Z gets out of her first.
Okay.
It's one of those kind of. But like I said, this is going to be once a month your alternative to church on Sundays from 4 to 6.
Oh, I'm so glad I went to the bathroom.
We
Otherwise, I
are
might have
we
made
are
an
non-denominational. We are come one, come all. If you want to be Course in Miracles, the Torah,
accident. Torah.
if you want to be Farrakhan, Islam,
wanna be fair?
if you want to be
Nobody wants to be
If you
Farrakhan.
want to be fair,
Sing It Ralph,
That would be
onward,
Ralph Cole
Christian
Jr.
soldiers
Send all
marching
inquiries
to
Newman
and
Thomas Management.
fro. But we will be taking
Wow.
donations.
wow.
Totally.
And you do need to tithe
Wow.
10% of your
Oh.
income. Right, Ralph?
What else is new?
Yeah, right, exactly. Jasper.
So listen,
I
everyone.
posted a picture of Ralph Cole Jr. on Twitter, so take a look.
Great,
see.
thank you, Dara.
I see
Yes.
teeth and eyes. Let me see.
I hope I posted it correctly.
You're
He's
so good
looking
at that.
lovely.
Jerry, you look good today in black.
Let me
Thank
see your
you.
phone, Joe.
Yeah. Have you had a
You have
boob
the
job
picture-
since we were last together?
No, it's just extra weight. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
mentioning it.
Your
We are
bosom
trying to
looks-
get Lindora as a
That's
sponsor.
so
If they're
Right.
listening, somebody.
No,
Uh-huh.
your bosom looks great in that blouse. I
Well,
love
you
it.
know, if you might as well show it off.
Well,
right?
listen, let me get professional here for a moment and mention that if you would like to follow us
Why
on
would you do
Facebook,
that?
it's On the Set with Jasper Cole. Twitter, On the Set W Jasper, or you can go to our website, onthesetwithjaspercole.com. And also, you can call in to the studio. Does anyone know the number?
Oh, yes, I have
Yes,
it.
we do.
323
Yes.
284
Uh-huh.
7826.
Oh,
7826. Please call us. We have a lot of listeners from our former home at Blog Talk that are joining in today.
Yes, they are.
We are so happy to be back with Tony Sweet and Ann Walker, who we started with at Global Voice Broadcasting, GVV Radio. And now we've come full circle, and we're back at this beautiful... Well, we weren't at this studio before, but it's a great lot, Sunset Gower's.
Yeah.
Marcus, have
I
you
like
worked
it.
here before as an actor? I mean, because you've been
don't-
everywhere.
No, I don't. No, I don't think I've ever worked here.
Yeah.
I think I was down the street at Raleigh.
Raleigh?
Yeah, I've worked there a bunch of times.
I did Married with Children here years ago. That's the only thing I've done here. Ralph, you did Dexter
Love
here?
that show.
No, I wasn't here at Sunset Gower.
Oh, were you on Dexter?
I was on Dexter on location, Jasper, and we shot my scene in Long Beach. A lot of you might remember that episode. It was
Tell us more about it.
pivotal.
Who did you play?
Tell us, Boomerang.
Okay, I played a wonderful character that was being questioned.
Woo!
Thank you, Planet Earth.
Wait.
Planet Earth that has-
When were you on Dexter?
I think it was the third season.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wanna
that's a
see
great
it.
show. It's still running. They
Yeah.
shoot it right here on the lot, and
They shoot Dexter here.
yeah, right over on that soundstage over
Really?
there. Uh huh.
I did
Oh,
not know
very
that.
nice.
Yeah,
very
we're
nice.
in good company. There's a lot of history at Sunset Gower
Hey,
Studios.
you know who's on Dexter now? That's really really good. Or was
Julia Stiles?
no.
Oh,
She was the season before this
Huh.
past season. But the girl from Chuck.
didn't watch Chuck.
Oh, dude, so good.
Zachary Levi and
Yes.
this girl, the blonde girl.
Yes.
Okay.
Yvonne
DiCarlo?
Sugar. Big long name. But she's really good. And the show was like, it was funny. It was like a really cool action comedy.
Yeah.
It's like a big Bruckheimer movie.
I
like
mean,
every
Chuck.
week.
Chuck was.
Chuck
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
But then she went and she did Dexter.
Yeah.
And
She
like,
did Dexter, or she was on the show.
No, like both. Like she
Okay.
was on the show doing Dexter.
Right.
But she was also like a killer. It was like, yeah, she was really good. It was
Wow.
she was really good.
Yeah, Dexter's pretty gory though. It
Yeah.
gets right up in there with all the blood and stuff. You like that?
Yeah,
oh
it's good
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like
huh.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Get that
if you're gonna do it,
testosterone. Speaking
if
of
you're gonna do it, you gotta
testosterone,
do it, you know?
so
Oh,
who all
I'm here.
who do we have money on for the game today? Ravens or the 49ers?
We're hoping for the Ravens because the 49ers has an anti-gay player, and we don't like that.
Yeah.
And considering they're from San Francisco, they
Right.
should be a little more gay-friendly.
And considering that a lot of taxpayers' money goes to help that stadium and a lot with
Yes.
that team, so
Yes.
you would think he would know better.
You
but
think he'd smarten
he
up?
did issue some sort of half-ass
Oh,
apology, didn't he?
please.
What was
Yes.
the dude's name?
I don't know.
We don't know the dude's name. We'll have one of our listeners tell us.
Yeah,
Okay.
if
We
anyone,
can't know
Oh,
everything.
And speaking of one of our listeners, let's do a shout out now to Katie. Hey, Katie.
Katie
Shots.
Shots.
Hello,
Hey,
Kate.
Katie, how are you? Thanks for joining
and New
in.
Jersey boy.
Oh, Steven. Yes,
Where the hell's
Steven.
Lucian?
Lucian's probably at a
Is
Super Bowl.
Lucian at a Super Bowl party being a cheerleader?
Probably being a
with
ma-
no panties.
a majorette.
I can see that.
I think he's the drum major, twirling
twirling the
fire
batons.
batons.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
Got you.
twirled up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, Lucian, we still love you, and you listen to us later on the podcast.
Listen to us on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, did you guys watch the SAG Awards last Sunday?
Yes, I did.
I did.
Jasper.
I
No,
did.
Marcus, you didn't watch it.
Oh, I can't do award shows.
Well, you don't.
Yeah,
we
we
talked
know.
about that.
Yes.
We talked
that.
a few.
I
Yeah.
can't, I can't do them.
I watched them. I can do them.
yeah.
Yes.
I understand
Yes.
that there was a really, really cool thing that happened with Jennifer Lawrence and her dress.
Oh.
Yes, her dress came attached came apart.
She had a
and she said it
wardrobe
was part of the
malfunction.
dress, but there's no
Equipment
way.
malfunction.
It definitely
Yeah?
looked like
No?
it was torn. One of those scenes where you could just rip the dress off. You
So
would have liked that
did
part.
it really
you
come,
should
like,
YouTube
off?
that part, Marcus. I think you would enjoy that.
Well,
Yeah.
She had to
have
pull
that?
it back up. It was very sexy.
Nice.
Was she
Nice.
on? I don't. Was it during the broadcast?
It was during the broadcast. She got up, and her dress got caught in the chair. And then
Ralph,
she kind
that's happened to you before.
yeah, all the time for Ralph. Yes.
Right.
And then she pulled it back up and, had to make her way up there. But did you guys see Julianne Moore got an award? I don't know if it was the SAG Awards or another award show. And she couldn't even walk the steps
That was the
because her
SAG
dress
Awards.
was so tight. Okay.
She was, unfortunately, she won. Well, she should have won for Game Change, but she was wearing white, and she's so white that it was sort of like
She wore black and white. Yeah.
yeah, but the
I know,
white
I
didn't
know.
really help her.
Yes.
at
What
all.
did she? What did she win for? What did
Game Change? She played Sarah Palin, and
well,
that
no, not her. She was great in that.
Jennifer
What
won
did Jennifer
for
win for?
Silver Linings Playbook.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Have
I
you
think
seen
she-
that?
I
haven't
think
seen
she's
it.
going to
I
win
need
the
to
Oscar.
see that, but I know I'll cry if I see
Dude,
that.
she's really good.
You know,
Like,
Jessica Chastain was sort of on the fast track to win, but I think that
know
was sort
what?
of a.
You didn't think that she was really worth getting the award. Not to be
I'm
rude.
a huge
You love
fan
her.
of Jessica,
Right.
so I finally saw Zero Dark 30, and
Right.
I just thought she was miscast. Nothing. I mean, she didn't do anything
Interesting.
wrong. It's just this character, this CIA agent, supposed to be
Yeah.
this like really bright, tough kind of. I don't know. I kept
You
thinking.
saying she's dumb and
No, she's just
Soft?
She's fragile. She brings kind of a fragility.
No. See, I
You're
totally
still
agree
thinking
with
of
you.
her with the help, then maybe.
Oh, I loved her
Is
in
that
the Hell.
why?
But Tree of
Yeah,
Life,
that
I mean,
was
I've
awesome.
loved her in
No,
everything.
but sometimes it's somebody's just off. You know
Well-
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
just not. It's not like they're bad. It's just
Right.
that they're like what's his name? You know who's like that? What's the dude's name?
You'll think.
Think about
Keanu
it.
Reeves.
Keanu. Oh, I can't.
It's like
we
him.
can't talk about
He's
him.
interesting.
No, but here's the thing.
You look like him, Jasper.
Oh, well,
Do people tell you that?
Never, but I can't watch him
He's a sex symbol.
because he's tall. Everything's like, hey, dude.
But see, here's the
Oh,
thing. But that's
like
what
Johnny
I mean, though.
Depp.
But here's the thing.
Well,
When
Johnny's
he's
very
in,
talented.
what was the movies that he's really well known for?
Marcus keeps
And he
touching me.
does
I like
that.
this.
Do you like
See?
that?
Yeah, he's
It's
trying
been a
to
while since you've had a
think.
black man, right? Kevin's okay. Kevin doesn't care.
Yeah, no,
have
Kevin's
to-
good.
He lets you come up to Hollywood. If you need to
Right.
rub up on a big black man, then
Yeah,
rub up on one.
Yeah, Kevin's
Is that
good.
what the whole studio thing was about? Is that
This
Yeah.
is about
The
you
whole
and
point
Dara
of
finally
the-
meeting. Ebony and Ivory.
Poor
that the
Isis
whole
and
thing?
Kevin are like, just have at it.
Listen,
Seriously.
Isis is.
I don't have the
she's-
energy.
Isis is at a poker night party right now. She is not worried about Marcus at
Oh,
all,
wow.
right? Right,
you,
Marcus?
You hear what they're saying, baby. You hear what they're
Oh,
saying.
we love Isis.
Oh, hey, Isis.
She's a beauty.
You
Yeah,
hear it.
she's wonderful.
Isis,
She is
we,
a beauty.
we need to have you come in and do some Nerium AD.
That's right.
sale.
Well, because I had said
Ooh.
bring Isis.
Well, no, I know, but she had like all this other stuff that she
She's
had
like, hell
plans.
no, my husband's away for a few hours. It's my house to myself. The kid's
You
gone.
hear this?
The husband's gone.
Babe, you hear,
Right.
you hear what
It's
they're
like
saying.
Monday morning when Kevin goes to work and the kids go to school. I'm like, hell yes,
Yes.
loving this.
I love.
Peace. It's me and the pets.
Well, you've
Wow.
got
Nobody talks
Pilates, the
I've
gym,
I've got the trainer coming
The
to
Pilates.
work me out all over. 'cause
craft,
that's working.
craft services
With
Yeah.
release.
Then I've got Dunkin' Donuts.
with a happy ending. With a happy
I
ending.
missed that. I'll hear that back
That
on
was
the
a nice
podcast.
little
No,
slip
I'll
in.
do it right now with release.
That was good.
That was
They're
really
high-fiving.
good.
They're
Well-
high-fiving.
Oh,
while
I'm
they're really-
schwitzing already, and
We
it's only
are
4.
Crazy.
Well,
High
listen,
five.
ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, should we go back and talk about Beyonce right quick? Because
Yes, Beyonce.
so did anyone see the press
I
conference that she
surely
gave?
did. I surely did. And, take that, haters.
I didn't think
I
she was
know
that
that-
great in it.
I
What's the
know that
problem?
you have an issue because you said if Kelly Clarkson can get her
Can
country
get
ass
her-
up there and sing live, then why can't Beyonce?
And poor old James Taylor, who sounded like cats were being
well,
skinned.
people age and it happens, but Beyonce said she didn't have time to practice.
Well, what about
with the
Kelly
choir.
Clarkson?
Well, maybe she had time to practice
Kelly
with
has
them.
a number one single. Beyonce's just a diva, and she says she's a perfectionist, and she says she dances till her feet bleed. And I want to say we took the shackles off
Yeah,
already.
that
There-
sounds very
slavery is
slave-like.
over.
Slavery's
Don't
over.
be talking about your
Go
feet
see
bleeding,
Lincoln.
Beyonce.
Go see
right,
Lincoln,
Ralph?
Beyonce.
Moisturize.
Moisturize.
Yes, moisturize.
If you're ashy as hell, then just moisturize.
Right.
Put some cocoa butter on.
Is
Cocoa
it-
butter is actually drying.
Crisco
for the
will work,
skin.
right?
They're
Is it
saying
really?
they're saying with the dry weather that you should put Vaseline on your
Yeah,
feet
I heard
and
that
hands
too.
Right.
and
Oh.
put
Vaseline
like
too.
put like a Ziploc type of bag.
Be
I put a
careful.
sock over it.
Be
That
careful
sounds
if you use
claustrophobic, though.
Vaseline for lube, though. It doesn't do well.
Ew.
Lube, Vaseline.
No.
I know this is
Here
church.
we go.
This is one of our
This is
spiritual
church now.
messages.
Here we go.
If you're going to use Vaseline for lube,
Here we are.
it's very chafing and very drying.
Chafing. What would you know about chafing?
Well, because when sometimes things rub together and there's
Like
friction.
what?
Well,
Like what?
See, we can't get all the details. We
She's
can
hilarious.
just,
Dara,
what I
when
mean?
you reach
It's
a
just like-
certain age, your scrotum starts to drop.
Oh,
and what
yes,
happens
that
is
is true.
Ralph has told me
Right.
how the scrotum
That is
rubs
true.
onto the inside of his thighs. Again, a Christian message for the Sunday.
Why doesn't Ralph wear like a what's
I
that, a
never,
jock strap?
I never had chafing. He's totally lying.
I know he
Planet
is.
Earth.
I know. I
We
know.
just sit here
Ralph,
and
there's
watch
some things
I
I
know.
didn't know you did not want me. You'll have to tell me for now.
We
on
just
Jasper,
have to
this
always
is for
watch him every
on,
second.
We
this
do.
is for on air and off air.
because people will believe.
I'm
him.
sorry,
I know.
Ralph. I'm
most
sorry.
most people know he's
Some-
FOS.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let
Right.
me let me
Yes.
let me
He was a
apologize and say Ralph didn't tell me that.
Dennis
Denise
told you
Boutte
that.
did.
Speaking of Denise
Denise
Boutte,
Boutte.
See, now we're bringing everybody in. That's
She
not even here.
posted
Totally.
a picture. I
We're
hope
gonna
Denise
just
is
throw
listening.
everybody under the bus,
but we
Marcus.
Totally. Well, we don't give a shit. Denise Boutte posted these pictures of pork chops that she was frying. Oh my God! That
She happens to
image-
be black, also. That's
the
just a
image
coincidence.
is so
Well,
indelible.
with a name like Denise Boutte, she better be.
Oh,
Right?
She is so beautiful. Have you
She's-
met her in person,
Who,
Marcus?
Denise? Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's really beautiful.
She's-
But these pork chops look so damn.
Denise
good.
can cook. She's
Oh,
a fierce
okay.
cook.
You
What
told
was-
me that.
Shout
Yeah.
out to
Did
Denise
she have like
Boutte.
fried shrimp or something up? What was that?
Fried
Was that-
shrimp?
Oh, that
Fried
looked like
shrimp?
some fast food because she wrote on there too. She goes, "Yes, I stop by fast food too." But
She
yeah,
loves Popeyes.
Oh, maybe that's what.
Oh,
It was.
there
Again,
we go.
not a racial statement. I'm just saying she
That's good
does
stuff.
She's from Louisiana, so that's where
Oh.
Popeyes started.
Louisiana fast.
And my
Right.
mother's from Louisiana.
Oh,
See?
let's give a shout out to
There it
Rose.
is.
Hi, Rose.
Hello,
Rose. A rose by any other name is
Is
a
Rose
thorn.
watching the Super Bowl?
Yeah, she has on channel 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made sure
Yeah.
she had it on before
Nice.
I left. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'll be seeing her afterwards for dinner.
Nice.
Nice.
Did you cook a roast in the crock pot?
No, not this time.
What are you
I
having?
really wanted to go buy hot wings, but they're swamped on Super Bowl, so I'm going to call
Yep.
after the show to see if I can.
You know,
even
Ralph,
get
it's
an
a little
order.
distracting. I have this big black mic in my mouth, and then I turn to
Oh.
my right, and I have you there.
Right.
Right.
I know.
So it's kind of, I'm a little
It's a
confused.
whole lot of black.
I know it's a
I
whole
know.
lot, and you're wearing black.
I'm wearing
But your
black, which
signature
is
black.
unusual for me because I'm so colorful and
We're
a,
a
and a
very-
natural born healer.
We're a very minority
Right.
radio station.
So
we
let's
like all
talk
this.
about Jesus Christ as our Lord and
Oh,
Savior.
We're half and half. here.
Wow.
Since this is
Are
our
you missing your
equalized.
Jesus roles?
since this is our Sunday show,
Sunday show.
Right.
and since we're only going to be here once a month, I think we need to try to get everything in at one time.
We're
I
like-
do have a funny Praise the Lord story.
Go ahead.
You
We're
remember
like-
that show, Praise the Lord, and that lady
Tammy
with the
Faye
purple
Baker?
hair? Not
oh,
her,
the one down
other
in your
lady.
neck of the woods in Orange County.
No,
She's down in-
it was like
she-
you call in the 70s. The lady with the like purple
Oh,
hair.
Dara, we weren't. We weren't. There's
Shut
three of
the-
us here that weren't born.
Right,
I'm
as
sorry.
Brandy Glanville says,
Oh, okay.
STFU, Jasper.
Hopefully, we're gonna have Brandy in studio.
I love
Brandy
all
and
the
Jen.
acronyms. I like just saying it. Shut the fuck up.
Well, you know, I am a mother of 2 children.
Well, also at UBN Radio now, we have 2 different channels. One channel that we're on.
what channel
is-
are we on?
We're on channel 1, and that is a little more liberal and a little more adult oriented.
we were on
That means we
channel
can say
2.
things like fuck.
We're on channel. We're
It's
on
channel
1.
We're on one.
Because
We're-
earlier Steven wrote he was listening to Channel 1 and it was silence. Maybe that was just right at the beginning.
Who's
Well, if
Steven,
we're
New
if
Jersey
we're
boy?
co-
New
if we're
Jersey.
wrong,
Aw.
Tony Sweet will correct us. But there are 2 channels here.
Maybe
and-
our listeners will. You have to let our Twitter followers know that we do not have good reception.
Oh.
So I am not getting the tweets, which I know they're sending because they're so sweet.
Are you not getting them
As
in?
quickly, no.
I should look.
Let me hold this up here and see if
Oh,
I am.
Ralph, I need you to get a little closer to the mic.
Oh, is that what
And
you
I've been
said?
told to turn the volume down just a bit.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. So I'm
Oh.
going to do that.
Is that Tony?
I'm learning how
Yeah.
to. This is a different board, of course, than we had at Blog Talk. So
Yes.
I'm trying to learn.
Yes.
Okay, so we're not.
Yes.
Thank you,
We're
Tony.
over Beyonce. We don't think that.
I'm not over Beyonce.
Okay.
I just think it's
You
enough
were.
now. It's just enough.
Well, it
Yeah.
is kind of interesting. Why does she have to have a press conference? Do they all have a press conference before they're going to perform?
it's just
Did Madonna?
there's just she's another one. It's just there's a after a certain point, I feel like you've made enough music. We've got it. You made it. We got it. We've categorized it. We've got it in like a catalog. Thank you.
And just go away and
Just
raise
good
your
night.
baby?
Yeah, just be done already.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Just
she
be done
just signed
already.
a $50 million deal for something
It's
else.
like, what,
so
what is she? She spent her entire career right singing about how dudes were jerks and put a ring on it and treat
to
you
the
right.
left, to the left.
She has a husband now.
That was good, Jasper.
The husband's rich.
Anybody
the
else?
baby. It's like she has nothing left to say. because everything that she's been talking about
say,
has
can
happened.
you
So just it's done.
by
Just go away.
the
Right.
dawn's
You know what I mean?
Give somebody else a chance.
early
Yeah, it's fine.
light.
Right.
It's done. I think she did a
What
really good
so
job.
proudly
And
Wow,
we walk away
Jasper, that
from
was
nothing.
good.
I'm lip syncing.
Here's the weird thing:
To
you and I
Ralph's
are
track.
actually having a radio show, and
he's having his own radio
I
show.
don't know what's going on.
This
over
is very
Well,
bipolar.
I'm
We're having a
just-
bipolar
No.
church
there.
day.
Singing a
My thing about
thing.
Beyonce, the reason she had the press conference is because she got criticized all week for lip syncing
Right.
at the inauguration.
Right.
So she figured she wasn't going to say anything. Now she's saying she sang along with the track.
Right.
At least.
But I think it's silly. If people are going to gossip about you, you don't need to tend to it. Just let it go.
But then she sang a cappella at the press conference and was her, I am a singer as well. So
And a
she
healer.
wasn't that great.
And a healer.
She would have been better off not singing at the press conference and maybe
But see,
singing
the thing
for
is,
now.
if she completely just stopped and went away, none of this would be an issue, and she could just be home.
Well,
counting
Destiny's Child is doing a reunion. She's not
I
going
think
away.
they are. That's the Marcus. I think she's helping her former co-bandmates today, and they're going to be a surprise at the halftime for Super Bowl.
Interesting.
I think she's probably trying to help them.
Oh, okay.
Well, that would be nice.
Well, that would be nice. Well, are we going to talk about this Renaye Tushapupu with the Mateo, the football player?
Oh, the dude that got
That's got the
catfished.
fake girlfriend. So now his friend came forward on the Dr. Phil show.
What friend?
Well, the guy who
made the
perpetrated the whole
The
thing.
one that did it, but he's not a friend. Is
Renaya. Well, they
that
were.
his friend?
Well, they were friends. Now Renaya has come on to say that he's has been in love with Mateo.
But he's a recovered homosexual.
So is Ralph.
Recovered? What does that mean?
Whatever
Yeah.
that means.
He's in recovery.
Was he a sick homosexual before?
Yeah, aren't they all?
He wasn't gay enough, I guess.
Right.
He has to recover.
So this is the dude that got catfished, right?
He got catfished, and then I'm sorry, Ralph has. You know how you have personal space and
Is
boundaries?
he invading
and
your
it's
space?
gone.
He's all up on me over here.
You do have
Okay,
it,
Wow.
Jasper,
Woo!
Katie Schatz
Wait.
wants to know if we can use the chat roll on channel 1 of UBN. Katie, I don't think we're that technical. I think that we need to work on that.
Yeah, Katie, it's called radio, which means you're really supposed to listen.
Oh,
Okay,
Be nice
we love
to
you.
Katie.
We
wanted
love
her,
Katie.
You wanted her to knit in
We
the nude,
love
topless.
Katie, but people want us to be.
Wait, is she-
Wait, let me explain something. This is how ADD our society is. We're on the radio. Dara's texting and Facebooking.
No,
and Twittering.
I'm responding to Twitter responses.
I know,
for
but
our radio
right,
show.
but
so
our one listener,
shut the fuck
our
up.
one listener, one listener who's
She got it
listening.
out.
See
She
how
got
fun it is
out.
just to say it?
Hold on, I have to mute her. That's our one listener.
Am I gone?
Is
No, you're still on.
No,
Okay.
our one listener, Katie.
Our one
would
listener.
rather be tweeting than listening, so I don't know what to do. Do we talk or do we tweet? That's
Okay, we're
the question
talking.
for the day.
We do both.
We're interactive.
Yeah. We're
Well,
multitasking.
soon, in a couple of months, maybe next month, there's going to be live cameras streaming for the show. Dara's excited about that.
I can't wait. I'm going to wear my bikini. My cheerleading outfit.
I want everyone to be able to see how beautiful Dara is.
Oh,
She hides her beauty.
You're gonna do the cheerleader or the bikini?
Marcus. I'm not going to do either. I'm going to do the moo
No.
and the sun hat.
Wow.
So I don't get any sun on
I
me.
said, oh, you know what? We should make this a contest. We should make it a contest. We should let the people listening decide whether or not it's a bikini
No pictures.
or a cheerleader outfit or a moo.
Ralph?
Or
Right?
you could
No.
start it.
Perfect.
You could have
Now
all
let me
three.
see.
She could start in a moo
And then move into
to the cheerleading outfit,
And
and then
end
have
up
the
in the-
bikini
Where the hell
underneath.
is it?
Boom.
Yes.
I like it.
They're taking
Ralph
photos.
is not
It's
supposed
decided.
to be taking pictures of me.
Now, see, now you and I are in a radio show.
Right.
Delete it,
And
please.
they're,
Okay.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
doing their own
We need
thing.
to focus.
They're not
Okay,
there.
Ralph, no pictures.
There's I've never seen ADD like this
No, no,
before.
no, no.
I
I'm
mean,
here. Jasper, I'm
Facebooking,
here.
Twittering, emailing.
it's
I've
I'm
got
here,
I've got
Jasper.
people live
It's
chatting
us
with
in a
me on
way.
the screen right now, and it's
people
like,
are live chatting right now.
yeah, they're saying, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah, tell.
I can just
That's to Tony.
But can I type to him?
Yeah, what do you want to
What's
say?
happening now?
This isn't Jasper. We're an interactive internet radio show.
Obviously, we've hit a nerve.
It is.
Someone's been told before that they're too addicted to social
Katie
media.
Katie Schatz
Kevin-
is apologizing.
Kevin, I'm doing this for you,
multitask
Kevin.
while listening. Sorry.
I love
Who
you,
made
Katie.
Say sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
Katie doesn't have to
see.
apologize.
Wait, Katie,
you
what
were
did
told-
Katie
Be nice
ask
to
for?
Katie.
Katie wanted us to tweet at the same time, but
Oh, that's
No,
weird.
she wanted us to be on that scroll thing.
Yeah, I want to be on
Oh.
it too.
I don't know how to do that.
I
though.
didn't even know. Wow, she
I
knows
want to
how-
do that scroll
she
thing
knows
too.
more
okay,
about the
Katie,
show than
we're
I
gonna
do.
learn how to do this.
We're gonna
this,
for March.
This live
We're
chat
gonna try
thing.
for March.
Well, yeah, it's a little too. Right now, we're just lucky to be here.
We're
trying to
lucky
learn
to
the,
be here.
to learn the board.
Wait, we're
Right.
talking about Katie Schatz, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Katie, thank you very much. Katie congratulated me. She saw a post about my next film, and
Boomerang.
she sent me a congratulations. So I wanted to say on the show
Boomerang.
out loud.
Yes.
Thank
They're
you
both
very
from the
much,
same
Katie.
place, Indiana, right?
Who
No,
is? Katie?
You and Katie? No.
No.
Marcus is not from Indiana.
No. right.
Keep going.
I'm
Where's
not
Let's
from
go
Marcus
another
from?
state.
I'm from Philly.
Philly. He's a
Philly.
Philly guy.
Oh,
Philly
wow.
boy.
Born and
Nice.
raised right on the streets.
Yeah, pretty
He's
much.
a street guy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He is not.
Can you tell by my
He
voice?
is so not street.
He's suburban.
I am the whitest black person on the planet.
We want to give a shout out to Katie Schott's daughter, and we hope that she feels better. She's Katie's nursing her today. She's
Oh
sick
wow!
at
What
home.
about her father
I'm so
too? Is
sorry.
not well.
Yeah, her father's
Oh,
ill,
my
so
goodness.
Sorry.
shout
I'm
out
sorry,
to you,
Katie.
Katie.
We've all been under the weather. I need some nursing. Dara, are you still nursing?
Yeah. Uh huh. Here, let me give you a shot. Right in your.
Oh, ow! Ow! It was so. It was so
I'm more
hard.
like,
It
Nurse
came out.
Ratchet.
It came out like a bullet. It was
Right.
so hard. and
Right. Well, something's hard.
Now, Dennis Tyrone.
Kevin, I'm-
Dennis Tyrone.
Kevin, I'm trying to
is
help
not
you.
listening. He's
Dennis
so done.
writes that we had
He's-
a funny start working with what we got. Good job, thank you, Dennis. for
Working
that.
with what we got. Was that a backdoor compliment?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, okay.
No, that's okay.
No, that was good. That was fun.
That was a
a fun.
compliment.
It was
Is
a
that-
fun opening. 'cause it
Working
was
with
really
what we
lively.
got. That's like saying.
Oh, he meant, you know
It was
why?
really
Because the
lively.
music was
Because the
playing.
music was
Oh,
playing.
God.
but we like
And
that.
We still worked it.
We like
liked
that.
opening. It was
Yeah, I thought it
lively.
was good.
He said the Super Bowl score. Well, this was a little bit ago. San Francisco 3, Baltimore 13.
Oh, go Ravens.
Baltimore.
Go Ravens.
Here we go. Say it again, Ralph. What's the score?
Well, it was San Francisco 3, Baltimore 13.
Woo! Go Falcons. Go
Ravens.
Atlanta
Go
Falcons.
wrong.
Oh,
Ravens.
Ravens. Sorry.
Go wrong.
Wow.
Sorry.
That was
Whatever.
revealing.
Sorry.
That was very revealing.
Is this gymnastics?
That-
Is it synchronized swimming? What is
That
it?
told us everything.
Rhythmic dancing?
That told us everything.
Well, speaking of
Even I
dancing.
know. Even I know who's playing.
Okay, I'm trying to keep us on track with Dara's
Oh,
entertainment
okay.
dish.
Yes. What
'Cause-
are we going to talk about?
Did you hear about Amanda Bynes in New York?
Who?
What's up with
Amanda
her?
Bynes. You know
Yeah.
she's the new hot mess.
What did she
Right,
do now?
she-
Well, her latest thing is she got evicted from her New York apartment because she would just constantly stand in the hallway and smoke, and she broke all the rules, so they evicted her. She
You're
had to
not
be
supposed to smoke in the hallway in New York?
a lot of apartments you can't smoke in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently so. But
Alrighty.
she got evicted. The truck came and loaded all her stuff up, and she stood out in the street and cried. But she has no problems. She's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
So I guess she's not big news.
Poor
And then Britney
Amanda.
Spears' former fiance,
Yes.
Justin, is that his name?
No.
No, whatever.
Wait, who? What?
Jason Tarwack.
Wait. Oh, her ex-manager, ex-fiance.
Right, who was her agent at
Right,
William Morris.
right.
So he
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
he left William Morris and became her manager.
Right.
So now that she's dumped him, he has no girlfriend and no job.
Right.
So
Well, he
he's-
can maybe go get a job again.
Well, I guess I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess she still has to pay him.
They're
something.
supposed to do it. She's supposed to sign a Vegas deal. Somebody was saying it was for $100 million, but it's not going to be that much.
where she could
No.
be a regular in Vegas.
Yeah, like a
I would
Celine
go see
Dion.
her. We
I
talked
think a
about
lot
that.
of people would.
Yeah.
You think they would?
Oh,
That we
yeah.
talked about that. That's
think a
Yeah,
right.
I
lot
think
of
we
people
would.
would.
And then did you hear about Kristen Chenoweth on American Airlines?
I did. I told you about. No, did
Ah,
I?
she's
the dog.
cool. What'd
Did I
she
tell
do?
you about that? The
Did
dog.
she do something stupid? I hope
Well-
she didn't
no,
do
it,
something
no,
stupid.
it wasn't her
They-
fault. It was American Air. Go ahead, Dara. It was American Airlines.
Yeah, she brings her companion dog, which I don't really get that.
For
She-
emotional
She's not blind.
support.
Yeah, I like her, but I think she might be a hot mess.
Well, she
can't-
needed. Some
she-
people just get that service so they can carry their dogs on the plane.
Okay, so
The
they were
service
very
dog.
rude. They were
Makes
very rude to her apparently, and she burst into tears in the terminal and the whole thing.
Then they had to apologize
But
to
my
her.
American Airlines mole, I told you I have an American Airlines
Right.
mole, and she was telling me that these celebrities are nightmares with their dogs.
Did you want to elaborate on?
I do want to elaborate on that.
Dara, we
Kyle-
have an insider at American
yes,
Airlines.
we do have an insider for American Airlines, and she was telling me that Kyle Richards from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was just a total attitude on the plane, and everybody didn't like her, the stewardesses.
Okay, but that's not surprising, right? Like anybody that's on
It's
one
a
of them
little
shows,
surprising.
right?
You think you'd
But
be
wasn't
nicer.
somebody else on the flight that was
Catherine Zeta-Jones,
who
was
you
either
would
on the
think would be a nightmare?
who was either on the same flight or a different flight, could not have been lovelier and more beautiful in person and gracious and the whole thing. Same with John Tesh.
Oh, I
They
totally
said John
believe that.
Tesh was really lovely. So it's interesting. It's what we talked about. These big stars
Right.
are more gracious and grateful and
Than the
nicer
reality
than these
wannabes.
wannabes.
Right.
Because they're
Yeah.
not. Because they're not stars.
Right.
That's
Why
why.
did you expect Catherine Zeta-Jones to be that way?
Well,
Yeah.
she's had a reputation in the past, but then
She's
she
had
admitted
quite
to
a
being
reputation.
bipolar, and she got on medication.
Yeah.
She's not bipolar. She just got older.
Oh,
That's
wow.
all that was.
That means her ovaries got older.
No, it's not that.
No,
It's
she
like
no, it was she was in a place for
she-
bipolar.
For yeah.
Oh yeah.
Marcus, let's
I
talk
I
about
believe
that.
it.
Let's
She's
bring that
got-
in
no,
for a
no,
second.
no,
I
she-
wasn't there.
No,
I
Marcus,
don't believe
she's
it.
got
think-
those crazy eyes. If you look at her, she's got those crazy. Yeah.
They all have crazy.
So
eyes.
you think as women get older, they get more bipolar?
No. I don't think that. I think it. No, I'm. Look at. There are people that I know
Right.
who, in their younger days, when they were like super hot and the hottest thing going in town, they were sticking their nose up at everybody, and they couldn't have been bitchier.
Right.
Then they got older,
Right.
and the phone calls stopped coming
Shelley
in,
Long.
and things started slowing down,
Shelley
and they
Long.
started to realize, oh shit, I was a bitch. Maybe I should be nicer.
Shelley Long.
And so they get a little bit older, and then they get nicer, and then they start making amends for the kind of the way they used to treat people.
yeah.
And
Do
the
you
same
have some
thing
high
happens
school
with guys.
scars, Marcus?
No, I'm just
No.
telling you. This
Yeah.
is. I think this is.
You're talking
the
about,
same thing
especially in
happens
this
with dudes.
business,
talking about
right?
in the
There's-
business?
I'm talking
Like
about,
Shelley
I'm talking about
Long, like
actresses
Shelley
that
Long
I
from
know
Cheers.
Okay.
that have worked, that were like, kind of at the top of the game
Right,
and doing the
right.
thing, and during that time
They had to
period,
eat some humble pie.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but because we're in there's a whole different society where we have to like everything.
You have to
like,
be really careful
depression's a disease and all this other,
Right.
So all of a sudden somebody is exhausted. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
And then they
right,
gotta-
right.
I think
Everybody's
maybe,
bipolar now.
I think maybe Catherine
And ADD.
Zeta
Jones.
I
But
think
no, I
maybe
believe she got a little
bipolar.
touchy about it when they would bring it up on shows.
Well, she talked. I mean, she went away to. She went away.
She went
remember,
away.
for
Yeah,
bipolar.
she had to go be locked up for a
Well,
while.
okay, she went away.
Yeah,
But
she went to get some help.
No,
so
but again, she went away, and when she went away, it's not like people were calling her. It's not like there were movies waiting.
well,
No,
I
but
know.
now she's doing quite a few movies.
Yeah, well, she was just in that movie
Yeah.
that gang. What just opened and closed quickly? The
Gangster
Gangster
Squad?
Squad. That
Oh,
didn't do
okay.
so well,
Was
did
she
it?
in that?
Yeah.
I
Sure.
heard on the way here that Sylvester Stallone's movie didn't do well, 4 million.
Neither did
Wow.
Schwarzenegger.
You know, none of those really those kind of movies are doing well right now.
Yeah, especially the Last Stand. Schwarzenegger's bombed a couple weeks ago.
I think
also,
people are tired of those dudes.
Yeah.
they're too old. I'm sorry.
It's
You know,
true.
Women have
It's
to face
true.
ageism in
Yeah,
this
no,
business.
it's
Why can't
true.
men face it?
It's
but,
true.
Except for character
Speaking of
actors
women
like us.
and ageism and fabulous women, let's talk about Barbara Streisand and Adele are performing together at the Oscars.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait,
Nice.
really?
That's
yes,
exciting.
Together. That's
What?
going to be amazing.
Do we know what they're singing?
We don't know what they're singing.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, and Adele, being the sweetheart that she is, she just deeded her London apartment to her mother. So her mother now has an apartment and a place to live.
You heard
and-
how she hates her dad, right?
Well,
You know,
the dad
I mean,
was never there.
You know, the dad suddenly came out now and is
Right.
wanting to make amends with her. He's,
Exactly.
He
well,
left her.
hello. Well, make amends
No,
and
no,
get
no,
a
'cause
get
he
a
really
check.
loves her.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's such.
sure.
Yeah,
No, you know what's cool about Adele though? Honestly,
I love Adele.
what's cool about Adele is that like when she first, I don't know if anybody saw like the video for that first single that she put out.
Mm-mm.
Like they didn't want you to see her. They like sat
Right,
her down.
right.
They covered her in shadows. They had
Right.
like these other like
Oh,
like
that's
actors
interesting.
that
I
were
didn't
in
know
the
that.
thing.
Yeah.
And like they were literally just trying to like push her away so nobody could see her.
Right.
But she became so popular because she's just so good.
Right.
She's
And
so
so
good,
now it's
right.
like she's like this fashion icon. There's all
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
this cool. I think that's cool. I
She's
think
kind
it's
of
cool.
embracing her curves.
But no,
Yeah.
I think the record company also they had no choice but
Right.
to just
Have her out in front.
because they tried to hide
They
her.
need to get over. Well, you know
know
what?
what
Look
I
at all
mean?
these, teeny boppers that are maybe thin, but with no talent. Like, who cares? She
Right.
is amazing. She's
Well, it's
totally
funny.
amazing.
You know how Amy Winehouse was the big English singer there for a
Yes,
while, and then she
yes.
self-destructed, and then there was
Right.
Sad.
that Duffy. There was a girl named
Oh,
Duffy.
she's so
Who?
good.
Who's amazing.
Oh.
And
Duffy's amazing.
the other girl that's like Janis Joplin that Elton John discovered. She's like 20 years old. Oh my God, what is her name? Amazing.
Not is it
Elton
Catherine
John just
Jenkins?
adopted
Not
another
Catherine
baby, I
No.
think.
Oh. Anyway, this Adele's now the newest, English.
Right.
But
she's so
this girl, I
good.
can't think of her name. She's so amazing. She's had a couple. Joss.
Oh, Joss Stone.
Joss
yes,
Stone.
she's good too.
Yeah.
Very good.
But she didn't like cross over like Adele did. She didn't become as huge.
She didn't have the songs.
well, she has time.
She
has
She's
time.
young.
She didn't have the. She was doing a lot of like really sort of mature jazzy stuff.
Right.
Yes.
They don't
right.
put that stuff on the
That's
radio.
right.
true.
They don't.
That's true.
They don't.
Well, listen, we're going to take our first break, and then coming up at the top of the hour, we have our featured guest, CJ Crete. Is that right, or Crit?
Crit.
CJ Crit, who is a well established voiceover artist, audiobook artist as well. She's also a friend of Ralph Cole Jr.'s. They've known each other for years, but we've never had someone come on the show and talk about that part of the business, voiceover, which, as we all know, is a very lucrative, competitive area. So when we come back, we're going to continue on with all this Reverend Cole and the posse talk on this Sunday. We'll bring you up to date on the Super Bowl, of course.
Yeah, new
And
score.
yeah, we're going to keep it going. You're listening to On the Set with Jasper Cole, and we will be right back.
Come back, Planet Eartha.
Hello. We're back.
Okay.
We're back. There we are.
Hey, Planet
everybody,
Eartha.
welcome
Hey.
back. Here we
Thank you
come.
On the set with Hollywood's bad guy, Jasper Cole. Here's Jasper Cole.
Woo! All right.
Hello, Planet Eartha.
We are back, and we are just getting all these. We're getting used to this new board here at our new home at Universal Broadcasting Networks. And I am here, your host, Jasper Cole, with my posse, Ralph Cole Jr.,
Hello, Planet Eartha. Welcome back.
Dara Zane Scully,
Hello, Planet Eartha.
and Marcus Redmond. Welcome back, everybody.
What's up?
Well,
oh, hey, what's that little?
It's like a
Did
clicking.
little clicking.
yeah, we
is
got
that?
a little
Like we
sound
got a
effect
little
going.
leak.
Well, this is our first show.
From
We're
the
going to be
shower.
coming to you the first Sunday in every month. So the next show will be March 3rd, Sunday from 4 to 6 Pacific time. And we were just here dishing on all the Hollywood dirt, talking about the Super Bowl. We're trying to get an update on the Super Bowl to find out who's winning or who's losing, because we've
Right,
all
because it's
got
what is it? The Falcons, according to you?
Yeah, I think it's the
Right.
Lakers versus the
Right,
Supersonics or
right,
something.
right.
I'm not
Wrong.
really.
It's wrong.
Right.
It's
I'm not
wrong.
sure if it's
Lakers
totally
are
wrong.
basketball,
Venus
Jasper.
Williams, is she playing?
Wow.
No.
She could.
No.
Wow.
She wouldn't even have to wear padding.
There it is.
I wouldn't want to hit her, that's for sure.
She's
There it
she's
is.
She
she's
is
tough.
a big
she's fierce.
block of woman,
She is.
right?
She is.
She is a
Wow.
big. Well, speaking of a block of woman, how are you, Ralph?
I am
Boom.
absolutely fabulous,
Oh.
Jasper. No, it's fine, Dara. It all
He just
works.
teased you up for that, doesn't he?
I know. He just
Yeah.
no, it gets him off, and I appreciate
It
it.
gets him off. Easy
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That's you keep that gayness on that side. See
Yeah.
this line right here?
Oh, a New Jersey boy, Steven. Every time you hear the clicking, it means someone is posting something on chat roll.
Oh, thank you,
Yes.
Stephen.
Oh, he just wrote back. Thank you, Stephen. Hi, Ralph. Great show. Oh, thank you. That's nice of
Yes.
you. Oh, hey, Katie.
Hey, Stephen's gonna post some naked pictures later, I think.
Oh, this is so
Oh.
much fun, you guys. Thank
It
you all
is.
for tuning in.
Thank
Kate,
you, guys.
Where's Lucian today, Katie?
I
Do you
know.
know where he is?
Lucian's
today?
probably at a
He's-
much better party in Connecticut.
No, you guys, this is excellent because
But-
in the future we're going to be live streaming as well.
Oh,
I'm
God
chatting
help
with
me.
you now.
And remember, you guys, we're going to be on archived. And always remember, you can go to our YouTube channel, On the Set with Jasper Cole on YouTube. All of our shows are going to be there. We'll be on podcast here at ubnradio.com. And always remember that all of our archive shows from GVB Radio and Blog Talk are still on, and you can find
Right.
them on our website, onthesetwithjaspercole.com. And we're
Let's give
just
a shout out to Stacy. She just sent me a text
Stacy,
message
yay!
that we sound great.
Hey, Stacy, we miss you. Stacy's gonna have to come into the new
She
studio
is.
also.
She's such
and
a good friend.
let's
to
give
me.
a shout out to Dr. Murray Zane.
Oh, he's probably not listening because he's
That's
not
okay.
here.
That's okay. Where's
Yes,
Murray?
Murray is at my sister Lisa's house
Oh, good.
enjoying the Super Bowl.
They're having a big Super Bowl party.
They are.
Oh, cool.
They
That's
are.
great.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to our sponsors, Tyrone Artworks, Imagine That Productions, and Wayman Productions. And we're always looking for new sponsorship. So,
Yes.
hit us back on Twitter or call us on our management line, 310-288-5761, if you want to be a sponsor of On the Set with Jasper Cole at our new home at Universal Broadcasting Networks.
It's so nice here. Thank you, Tony Sweet.
And Ann
Yeah,
Walker.
Tony Sweet.
And
Tony
Ann
and Ann
Walker.
Walker.
They've got a beautiful studio here at Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California.
Yeah, we are right in the thick of
We
it.
are right in the middle of it.
Yep.
right on Sunset and
Dara's
Gower.
already asked for an escort to her car
Yes,
afterwards.
if it's still there.
Ann and
It's still there.
Ann and Tony have really gone all out. We have great new technology, great new equipment, fabulous studio. They're really planning on expanding. We're going to be live streaming. We're going to have live musical groups. We're going to be
Live
introducing
musical groups.
live theater again.
Jasper's going to start
So-
singing.
And
There's-
Ralph,
yes.
apparently
There's gonna be
your
live
drug
musical
test
groups?
will be back within by Friday, and we'll know if you have the job again.
Okay, good
yeah,
to know.
based on
'cause
that, we'll let you know.
You never know in this business.
Right.
You never know.
Never be assured, because one day
Ralph
you're
is looking
in,
just sassy
and one day
in that
you're out.
orange
We are close to the valley.
Peugeot
Right.
And we all know what
jacket.
happens
Dara,
there.
yeah,
That is a beautiful jacket. That was a gift, right? Yes.
I posted
Yes,
that.
yes,
It's
it's
the
beautiful.
authentic Dutch soccer team
Oh,
jacket.
it's so hot.
It's Puma.
Did
Are
you
the
ha-
Dutch soccer players going to make an
What
appearance?
did you have to
I'm
do with the
hoping so.
soccer team to
Let's.
get that
Who
jacket?
the frick cares?
Yeah, okay, I had
That's a
nothing to
nice
do with it.
jacket.
And
Yes.
my gal Hermine that
Gal.
brought it to me was so
Ooh,
nice.
I like how you say that.
My
Yeah,
gal.
and I thought she was French all
What
the
did
time.
she
and she's-
do?
She's his
She
maid.
was traveling in the Netherlands in her hometown.
Okay.
She saw the jacket. She goes, Ralph would love
Prostitute.
this,"
Yes,
and brought
totally.
it back for
No, Jasper. Do you have to just take
Well,
everything
she
under
travels
the gutter?
in the Netherlands. What does she do?
me. She's from the Netherlands,
oh,
and she's Dutch, and she was just nice enough to
Nice.
bring me the jacket.
she's
Yeah,
circumcised.
she.
She is a she.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Most Europeans
Jasper,
are
where's
not.
your coffee?
Most Europeans are not circumcised. I'm just saying that.
Oh,
it's a whole
no
other thing.
comment.
Jasper has been a wealth of
Allegedly,
information.
from what I've
Europeans
heard.
are not
The Dutch,
circumcised.
Dara's the Duchess.
Vaseline
She's Dutch
has
herself.
chafed Jasper between his thighs, so we all know that.
How do you
now.
know it's
His
my
thighs do not touch,
How do you
and
know
if they
it's the
do, it's
thighs?
just
Well,
purely
because
muscle.
you were talking about your scrotum had been dangling.
No, I said
Oh,
yours
my
had
God.
dangled.
had descended.
You explained
So-
to me that when you get older one
I'm
day,
in a-
he
I'm in a
said,
happy place right now.
Jasper,
I'm not even
the,
here.
the testicles,
I'm in a
Marcus
they
is checked out.
descend.
I'm in a-
Marcus
I'm
is
in
a
a-
lot younger than we are.
I'm in a happy place right
Marcus
now.
is the youngest here, actually.
Really? Is
Yeah.
he in his 30s?
I've gone away
Marcus
from the
is-
whole thing.
Good.
Marcus is 43, I think. How old are you?
41.
I am
Oh.
47, happily. I'm as old as a Super Bowl.
14,
Okay, work
There
it
you
out.
go. Work it
14
out.
to 3.
But okay,
47.
okay, that's the perfect
Shit.
segue.
2.5 years to 50.
Do you realize that your vagina is 47, but
It's really 98.
thanks to Brandy Glanville now, you can have
Vaginal, rejuvenation.
Thanks
Which-
to her.
Well, she's made it a lot more popular
Oh my
lately
God,
'cause
Kevin
she's
was
talking about it.
Kevin was all over that story with Brandy.
Now let's get into that on a
I
Sunday
don't know
for
what she
church.
did. I guess it was
They tighten up. Is it like they tighten the
they
muscles?
tighten and redo and plump up and pink up.
Is
I don't
it is that
know.
important
Pink up.
really?
From my understanding, the Ravens have 14 points and the Niners have 3 points. in
Perfect.
the
Oh, so
second,
the Ravens are
quarter.
winning?
Perfect.
Yeah, the Ravens are actually winning by
Perfect.
a
Go
fairly
Falcons.
large
Oh,
margin.
I'm
Go
trying-
Ravens.
I'm trying to hit the applause button, but it's not working.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They only have a supposed murderer on that team, and the other guy is anti-gay.
Oh, I guess it took Ralph to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the applause for the Ravens.
yes,
There you go.
that's right.
What
And not
time
the
is
Falcons.
halftime? Has that come on yet?
No, I think they're still in the second quarter.
Yeah, I was
so
wondering if we were going to be able to
no.
watch it
I
somewhere.
Oh, well,
Yes. Does
I'm
anybody have an
I'm
iPad?
TiVoing it.
Are
Who's the
you?
show?
I
Huh?
Who's the halftime show?
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yes.
Beyonce Knowles.
That's why we were talking about
Marcus
her.
is over her. He's over her.
Oh, you didn't know,
Seriously?
you really didn't know that it was Beyonce. That's why we started talking about
God.
You didn't
She's
realize
not
that?
only is she singing the opening, the national anthem, she's also doing the halftime.
Yes.
But there are going to be some surprises.
Surprises. You know what? I'm hoping Kevin taped it for me just purely for the commercials and halftime.
Well,
Oh,
Alicia,
yeah.
Alicia Keys is singing the national
I
anthem.
love Alicia
Oh,
Keys.
There are a
That's
lot of commercials. Speaking of commercials, on March 3rd, Sunday, my Hansel and Gretel co-star Sarah Fletcher, who played Jane,
Oh, okay.
she has 2 national commercials. She has one with
The
Sofia
Pepsi.
Vergara with the Pepsi right now.
Oh, cool.
She's the pretty bride and
Oh.
groom
with the fierce body.
Wait,
That she
she's-
was
with Carol Ann Susie.
Wait,
Yes.
She's the bride, and the groom says, "Do we know her?"
Yeah,
she's her.
Yeah, and then she has a
Oh.
KFC commercial. She's coming in next month, March 3rd, along with Gregory Blair who's a really
wonderful
great
horror actor.
horror director, writer, producer.
Nice.
Does Gregory know Bill Oberst Jr.?
They're very
also?
good friends.
Oh,
They
they're
did
good
a movie together, Deadly
Oh,
Revisions.
Okay. Guys,
And-
you know what Planet Earth? It's like we're going to be coming to you once a month, like a cramp-free period.
Oh wow!
Cramp
Unless
free
you're
would be nice.
unless you're premenopausal, and then you won't have to worry about the cramps, right, Dara? No,
Right.
not you, but I mean, I meant as the only female in the room, you
Right.
can talk about.
Allegedly.
Yes. You know what? I've never been one of those females that has
Wow.
been taken down by her cycle. It is
Oh.
what it is.
I
You
love
just
it.
deal with it and whatever. These women and I can't go to work and it's like get up and go to work.
But there is a condition called dysmenorrhea that's very painful menstruation. So some women might be affected differently by it.
Now,
Dysmeno what?
Listen,
Dysmenorrhea.
listeners,
Wow.
only on this show do you get that kind of information.
Wow, I don't know about it. Well, endometriosis. Is that what you're talking about?
No, dysmenorrhea, really
Wow.
painful cramps. Because I remember a woman I went to school with suffered from that.
Okay.
And she would literally be bedridden. She couldn't get out of bed.
I heard marijuana helps with that.
Oh.
Yes, with
Oh.
bad cramps.
Marijuana helps with
Yes.
lots of stuff.
Lots of things.
There's our friendly parking guy.
Oh, there you go.
Who
Thank
made
you.
me park in the next country
Right.
over.
We found it. So
right,
we're
where I
gonna-
can get some good drugs.
Any other
On my way
gynecological advice, Ralph? Your father was a doctor, by
My
the way.
father was a doctor, and he was an OBGYN. I am no stranger to the vagina. So
Neither was he, apparently.
Right, exactly. So
Did he
I
ever
always
t-
wonder what makes somebody go into certain specialties.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I totally know. It's
Yeah.
Okay,
What,
the Ravens, apparently the Ravens just scored another touchdown.
Perfect.
It's 20-3.
Perfect.
work it out.
Ravens are up.
The
Yes.
Niners have small penises. Yes. they
Yes.
do.
and they're
Wow, that is
anti-gay.
fantastic.
We don't like anti-gay.
We want the Ravens to win.
I
What city are they from?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
That's
Okay.
so Raven.
I thought that was. I thought that was the Cardinals. Baltimore
Well,
Cardinals.
they're in Arizona.
That's St.
Oh.
Louis.
Okay.
Jasper, and you're Hollywood's bad.
I know. He's so macho. He's too macho for sports.
He's so much.
He's too macho.
I don't have time for
pumping
sports.
weights.
Speaking
sports.
also of
Yes,
macho, my
yes.
friend, my co-star Andy McKenzie from MacGruber has a Hyundai commercial during the Super Bowl today as
Oh,
well.
great.
Now I'm upset
he
I
booked
didn't tape it.
Yeah, I wasn't up for that one, Ralph.
Oh,
But I was up. But there's The Rock has a commercial on this Super Bowl that I had a callback for that Peter Berg from Chicago Hope
Yes,
directed.
I know who
But
that
I didn't
is.
get it. But maybe my friend Lauren
Oh,
McCrary
Lauren.
got
Okay,
it.
yeah,
I don't know. I
Peter's
haven't
a
seen it
great
yet.
Director.
Peter's a great director. Apparently, I was just too good for the commercial. That happens.
I know, a
You
lot of
know,
times that
I didn't want to
happens. It
intimidate him in the room. That happens. I'm gonna need to bring it down sometimes, I guess, in the room,
Yeah.
Ralph.
Sometimes
Totally.
you have
Do you
to take
give
a dive.
attitude in the room?
No, I give my gift. We each
Oh, the gift that
we
keeps on
right,
giving.
we each have a gift.
as long as
Take
you,
care of my
as long as you have some Vaseline, you can
Right.
give that
It's all
gift.
about the
Wow.
Vaseline.
Okay.
No,
Boom.
I'm anti-Vaseline, but there are lubricants. There are companies that should sponsor us.
They absolutely should.
that we should be getting.
Astroglide. No,
Astro-
I've heard
Barbara
of it.
Walters
I've
likes.
heard of it.
Barbara Walters likes. She likes Astroglide. Kathy Griffin told that story in her stand-up.
Barbara
act.
Walters. Is she still with chicken pox in the hospital?
Isn't that code for like a stroke? I mean,
I'm over her.
Something-
I told you that already. The way she treated Rosie O'Donnell and the way she
Star
just
Jones.
awful.
but one time Kathy Griffin was at the View and they were talking and she was doing anything she could to get Barbara upset. So she was talking about different kinds of lube and KY jelly and blah blah blah.
Interesting.
And then all of a sudden Barbara paused and said, "Well, Kathy, my dear, I prefer Astroglide."
Oh,
and
please.
she got the final laugh, which
Oh,
was good.
please.
So give it up
Interesting.
for Barbara Walters.
Yeah, I've seen her, Linda and I, when we were in New York.
Oh,
Oh, rest in
Linda.
peace, Mama.
Yeah.
When we were in New York in the early 2000s, we saw Barbara Walters.
Oh, by the way, Katie Schatz said Brandy had the rejuvenation done and just changed it to her, charged it. Oh, yeah, she used Eddie Cibrian's credit card to have her vagina rejuvenated.
Yes.
Well,
Well, she
why
should.
shouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Okay,
That's
well,
called
she's
revenge
Why
spending.
did she have access to his credit
but
card?
she's taking credit. I mean, this has been around way before her.
What? Vaginal rejuvenation?
Yeah.
Have you been able to view vaginal rejuvenation?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Here's
Marcus,
what I've
give
been
it up.
around.
Marcus, you can't
I'm just saying.
you
is
can't
she
whip
taking-
that out and then not talk about
Is
it.
she, well, no. I'm just saying that
I'm just saying.
I've been aware of.
I've been aware.
what
Oh,
vaginal
for God.
rejuvenation is. Is this chick taking credit for vaginal?
No, she's just talking about how when they split up and he left her for Leanne Rimes.
Leanne
who is
Rimes.
a train wreck of, I'm sorry. Anyway,
Skank.
just awful. That she revenge spending, which I totally believe in revenge spending. I've done revenge spending.
Revenge rejuvenation.
When I've been pissed off at Kevin, I went straight to Nordstrom, and that purse over there, I got the purse, I got the wallet, I got the makeup bag, and it was the big F you.
That's when you didn't take the trash out. Okay, work it out.
Yeah, work it out.
Yes.
Yeah, right there.
But you know what you had
I
to
didn't go
do?
too
You had to
crazy.
get paid. He had to spank you and reprimand
Spank
you later.
me. Oh, you're hilarious.
Well-
Marcus is inspecting the
Well,
bag.
Steven said it's called
Nice bag.
virginal
Thank you.
rejuvenation.
It's called virginal.
I
Yeah,
thought-
basically, I
listen.
think it's there are some women and there are some women that have really kind of they've been
It's-
beaten up a little bit down there. It's
Uh-huh.
kind of weird. Yeah.
Because of childbirth?
well,
are hanging?
childbirth and maybe too many. I don't know. Too many
Tampons?
partners. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
my goodness.
I don't know. I'm kind of. I was a virgin when Kevin and I married, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay. And Ralph is white. So there you have it.
Well, I
Right.
do have a little Choctaw Indian in me.
What's his name?
So does
Well,
Jasper.
get
He
him
keeps-
out fast.
Jasper
Jasper's-
keeps trying to get California state funding for that Indian
I'm waiting on my
blood.
casinos and my
Yes,
fucking
yes.
reparations. I thought vagina rejuvenation
It's
is
where
when
you lift it up. and
no,
plump it
I
up.
thought it's when a straight woman finally had sex with a lesbian for the first time, and then she realized what she'd been missing, and that was called rejuvenating her vajayjay.
No,
No,
that's,
that's
not
hairstyle.
it.
That's called converting.
That's called seeing the light.
No.
Hallelujah.
That's a different.
I
Oh.
have Isis on here. Do you want to say anything? Marcus?
Yes.
ISIS. How?
Oh, ISIS
As-
is online.
ISIS, we're talking about. Marcus is insisting on talking about vaginal rejuvenation.
Yeah.
Does
ISIS.
Nerium AD do anything for
I'm
that?
assisting.
Is there anything that Nerium AD can do for the vagina?
Oh.
Marcus,
Write
that's
that
the
in,
question.
Isis. Let's see if
Please
she'll
let
type
us
that in.
know.
Oh, poor
Baby,
ISIS.
where are you? Is she on?
She's
is she on
typing.
the phone?
She's
She's
on the
typing in the
she's in the
thing.
chat
Yeah.
room.
She's with her boyfriend.
She's in the
Oh,
chat
okay.
room with the gardener.
Babe, if you can hear this,
Help
save
him.
me.
Help him.
Save
This
me.
show is
Marcus is like, why the hell did I come here, miss my macho Super Bowl,
He
where
wasn't
my
watching
wife
the
could have
Super
been
Bowl.
waiting on me,
He
bringing
was
me
not watching the
appetizers
Super
and
Bowl.
wings
No,
to
I-
deal with these freaks.
I could have been doing stuff to my wife.
Speaking of
Oh.
wings,
That's what I'm saying.
did
Wow.
you hear that there's a shortage of chicken wings because of the Super Bowl? You alluded to it,
Is
Ralph.
That's what Ralph
That
said.
your store that
Well,
you
at
like.
Hot Wings on Melrose. Carlise Burke and I were there the other
Now
day.
Marcus is really checked out.
Okay, what happened, Marcus?
Well, there is a-
but it was terribly racist. So I didn't.
Oh no,
Oh,
say
go
it.
ahead.
Oh no, we
don't-
like that. Go,
please,
Marcus.
we don't
what?
They
like
love
editing
that.
here.
They love that.
of black people.
Well, that's part of it. I mean, that's a big part of it. The shortage is
black people
is
would
in
eat
New
chicken.
Jersey though, because apparently Governor
a lot of black
Christie's fat
folks in
ass
Jersey.
ate them all. I can't stand that fat fuck.
Wait, because you're fat phobic.
Governor
That's why you don't
Christie-
like him. No,
Ah.
you've got a whole manorexic thing
This is
going
true.
on.
Isis
Listen,
says. Isis says.
I love
laughing
fat
out,
people.
Laughing out loud,
Yeah.
Jasper. She hasn't tried Nerium on her vagina.
Didn't you say that?
But it works,
Works everywhere you have skin. Okay, back to circumcision.
babe.
That means it helps foreskin. So for all the guys that are uncircumcised,
Oh,
uncircumcised,
please. There's probably
Miriam AD
testosterone rejuvenation for
probably
that.
helps on the foreskin.
Yeah,
It's
that's
called
Viagra.
testicular rejuvenation.
Well, to pull up the
Now listen,
Testicular
Oh,
seriously,
balls?
right.
you're gonna have to clean up your act before CJ calls in at 5:00 because this is
Why?
she is a very distinguished professional in the industry, and I
Uh-huh.
would not want her to think that
That we're as dirty
that
as we are.
as trashy as
She's-
we're sounding right
Okay,
now.
so we're gonna pretend we're something that we're not.
But then she's
because
gonna
we're in church.
because we're in Hollywood.
We're in
Right.
church.
we're in
She-
Hollywood.
She's listening, isn't she?
CJ,
She might be listening already.
Maybe
Okay.
she won't call
No,
in.
I
Maybe
just-
we scared her.
Problem solved.
I
No,
want
the
to
thing
say
about
something.
CJ is,
Oh,
Go ahead,
Jasper's
Ralph.
trying to talk.
oh no, go on.
go
Jan.
ahead.
It's,
No,
it's called on the set.
On the set
It's
with
with
Jasper
Jasper
Cole.
Cole.
I wanted to say to Katie Schatz that the picture she has on Facebook, that's identical to my dog Daisy. Look, Ralph.
Oh, rest in peace.
That looks like
That
little
looks like
Daisy.
Daisy. I
Katie,
love
what's the
that little
story
dog.
with that little furry thing you got down there?
And while we wait for
I meant, of course
my
she knows. I
God,
meant
that's
her
hilarious.
puppy, not
And
her
while
pussy.
we're waiting-
Oh, you love
It's not-
pussy.
it's not
though.
what he meant.
I
while we're
love
waiting
pussy.
for Katie to get back, I just wanted to say to Planet Eartha before she calls in,
Boomerang.
CJ Crit is a wonderful
Boomerang.
actress, voiceover
Boomerang.
actress, and commercial actress, in addition
Friends
to
with Ralph.
established writer.
And she's
So
friends with Ralph.
She is a wonderful ball of energy and information. And
Dara's got to go pee. Go ahead, Dara.
we are
I'll
happy
be
to welcome
back.
You don't
her
have
on
to
the show in a
ask.
few
Just go
minutes.
ahead.
See you in a sec, hon.
Speaking of Kegel,
What was?
we are on. It's
Oh
you know
my
what?
goodness.
I'm surprised they're gonna cut us off at an hour.
Dude, they're not.
So Dara's gone now. What
They're
do you,
not.
Marcus? What do you think of Dara?
She's great.
Would you tap that?
ISIS,
Dara,
please just...
Dara's going to
everything-
listen back to this and be horrified.
Everything has to go through ISIS first.
Okay.
Okay, ISIS.
So
well,
you're asking the wrong person.
let Dara read Poker
Oh, that's
Night.
Katie's puppy Biscuit.
Oh my God, Katie, my dog Daisy, who passed away, looks just like Biscuit. She is adorable. Put a little honey on that biscuit, right? She's
Exactly.
adorable.
Listen, Planet Earth, just in case you guys are interested, the announcers for the Super Bowl today are Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
How about Dan Marino, who it just came out recently that he has a love child too? Did you see that?
Oh my God.
Another Arnold situation. He has an 8-year-old that he had with some CBS sportscaster.
The one.
Yeah.
That's the one that's come out. I'm
Oh, you
sure
think there's
that
more? Yeah. What do you
Marino
think?
in his day?
What do you think? So, but let me ask you something. Can't guys like put a condom on, or they just forget, or
No, you know what it is? It's somebody just put something up, and it said that a woman's loyalty is tested when her man has nothing, and a man's loyalty is tested when he has everything.
oh,
And I think what happens is there's like a mental thing that goes on with guys sometimes, and they feel like they're above consequence. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like they can pretty much do whatever they want because they believe the hype, and then
Right.
things happen, and then you know what I mean?
right.
You know, I mean, the truth is he should not have been doing what he was doing in the first place. But if he's gonna do it, he's Superman. So it's, you know what I mean? It's not gonna back.
But do we
up
know
on him.
why after 8 years because he paid her millions to keep it quiet? So
Right.
do we know what happened as to why it came out? I
That
bet Dara
don't know.
knows.
Probably because people just, you know, people just want to get in the fucking news, man. People
Yeah.
just want to be famous and shit.
But she had already remarried and moved on. I think had other kids with another guy. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just curious. That came up this week on the news, and I was thinking,
I did read about that.
damn. But isn't he one of the? No, he's not on the Super Bowl, but he's an announcer on one of the weekly shows.
I think Marino is doing. I think he is doing commentary for some.
Okay.
Show. I can't remember.
One
the
of the
network.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think he does, but not like all the time. Like he's
Right.
you know, he's like a guest commentary guy.
Well, listen, let's take our next break, and we're going to wait for CJ to call in at the top of the hour. And when we come back, we're going to have voiceover artist CJ Crit. And you're listening to On the Set with Jasper Cole, and we will be right back.
Come back, Planet Eartha.
You're back on the set with Hollywood's bad guy, Jasper Cole. Here's Jasper Cole.
Woohoo! All right. Howdy, 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 and welcome back to On the Set with Jasper Cole, coming to you live from Universal Broadcasting Network right here in Hollywood, California, at the historical Sunset Hour Studios on this Sunday. It's our first Sunday show at the new radio station. It is Church with Reverend Cole and his choir.
Right. Church
and leading
porn.
off, shut up, bitch. Leading off the choir is my way too gay sidekick, Miss Ralph Cole Jr. Woo! Hey, Ralph.
Hello, Planet Eartha. I'm wearing a long, flowing orange choir robe to celebrate Reverend Cole and the choir.
Could you give us
Right.
just a little bit of a hymnal, Ralph?
Put on the skillet, I said, put on the lead. Mama's little baby love, shortening bread.
Now, only here will you get a real live Negro hymnal from a Negro.
That's what we do.
And that's what we do up in here. But speaking of Jewish divas, let's
Yes.
please welcome all the way from Dakota, our entertainment dish with Dara Zane Scully.
Yes.
Woo!
I
Are you better, Dara? You stepped out to powder your nose a little
I
bit.
had to powder a lot.
Feeling a little moist.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm glad everything came out okay.
Thank you,
Yeah, you're
Jasper.
looking just as beautiful as ever.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of big, black, and beautiful, all the way from Oxnard, California, please welcome Rants with Marcus Redmond.
Wow.
Hey, man, what's up?
There are no words.
What's up, man?
I heard you guys talked about me upon leaving. Thank you for that. I'll have to listen back.
Well, listen, we always say lovely things here because I'm a
Uh-huh.
Christian, and
Right.
I do my best compliments when you're not in the room.
Yeah, I bet.
So we are going to be having our first guest coming up. Her name is CJ Crit. I think she lives in Dallas, Texas, but
Yes, she
she
does.
works
Nice.
all over the country as a voiceover artist. She's an audiobook veteran, and like I said earlier, this is our first time actually having someone from that part of the industry come on the show. And most of us have done voiceovers, and Ralph has been pursuing it a lot more lately than Marcus and I have. So when she comes on, we're going to hear all about that part of the industry and how her journey has been. And so, Ralph, tell us about just the voiceover auditions you've been doing lately.
Well, I've had a plethora of them, and they range. I've been doing a lot of animation and video game voiceover. Within the voiceover field, as CJ will be able to explain to you, there are different facets and different areas in the voiceover field, whether it be commercial or announcer or movie theater announcer, animation, video game. So
like right now, if you were in the booth and I said, "Give us your Red Fox voice,"
and I, give you something like this. Talking about, I tell all you people that, we at Sunset Gower now, we got a dynamite
good.
show for you.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And that would be the kind of thing I might bring out if I was asked to do something of that ilk.
And if they said, "Could you be any gayer than you are when you came through the door?"
oh my God, I totally could, Jasper. I could totally launch into that too, because I'm like a chameleon, and so I can just like go all over the place. So yeah, I could totally do that too.
Oh, I love it. See, that's
That's
just
like
a
the
little.
Gay Valley Girl.
That was like,
Tell her.
yeah, that was
Totally.
sort of
Tell her.
Like, oh my God.
It's
Yeah.
so,
Yeah,
it's
that was
so,
like
it's-
a Valley Girl thing.
I know, it's so valid. And it's
Yeah,
so,
that's
so
well. The great thing about doing voiceovers is you don't have to worry about what you look like. You just show up, you go in the booth, they just give you direction.
Mhm.
You
Did you hear that Alicia did a voiceover and she cracked up through the whole thing?
Alicia Minshew?
Yes.
Oh no, what
Totally
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally believe
Alicia
Yeah.
did a lot of voiceovers before, and now she's pursuing it again. Yeah, she was the voice of ABC Daytime for a while.
Oh, okay.
really?
Yeah.
I did a cartoon once.
Oh, animated.
I did a thing, and I was the villain and the hero at the same time. It was very weird.
You want to give us a little? What was it?
It was this cartoon called Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my boys watch that all the time.
Oh, but no, it was
Guys.
but it wasn't. It wasn't like the superhero Justice League. It was like it was a totally different thing. It was mutants playing football, is what it was.
And now, oh, here it is.
What's happening? Oh my
Jasper's
God,
crying.
he's red.
Guys,
Jasper.
Oh
we
my God.
have
Jasper's
our
red.
next guest online. Is this CJ Crit?
It is indeed.
Oh,
Hi.
welcome, welcome. How are you? This is Jasper.
Hey, welcome. You friended me today, or I friended you, or we friended that. We had a
I-
friendling.
I friended
I felt
you. Yes, because I thought, well, I need to know all about you before you come on the show. Ralph has spoken so highly of you. So, welcome and thank you for being our first guest at our new station here at UBN Radio.
It was exciting. I was typing frantically with one hand and still trying to connect. Phone number, no ticket. So yes, we had a few back and forth, and all the buggies are gone now. So here we are on the phone. It's fabulous.
Oh,
It's digital
fantastic.
airwaves. It's
Well,
exciting.
say hi to Ralph and Dara and Marcus. They're here joining us today.
Sarah and Marcus.
Hi, CJ.
Hi,
Hi,
CJ. Oh, CJ, this is so great. This is like having one of our fun phone conversations, but now we're doing it for over the whole planet.
Yes.
Yeah, Planet Earth. This is
Planet
very
Earth.
exciting. I'm so thrilled for you guys, and it's what a wonderful way to highlight different projects and kind of spread the gospel of entertainment through a little dish, a little demonstration, a little diva. It's all
Oh, I
good.
love that. The gospel of entertainment. That's going to be our Sunday motto now with Reverend Cole and the disciples.
I think that's really fun.
Instead
I do know
of the
that there's
posse,
a
it can be
following
the
now, television.
disciples.
That's certainly a good
Disciples.
part for you on that. I have to say, when something I clicked through, like after I friended you, I thought, well, who does those biceps? That was like that picture.
Yes,
like, ooh,
I know.
Oh.
He is very buff.
Thank you. It's just good
Yeah,
lighting,
I'm
CJ.
impressed.
No,
just
it's
trick-
actually not, CJ.
It's trick lighting, but
you can
thank
come
you.
in here and check it out.
Well, you know, CJ, I wanted to remind you and Jasper, you guys have spoken on the phone
Mhm.
before.
Yes.
We have. Oh, yes. We always want Ralph to do his one-man show, and I'm always
Right.
bullying him into doing that.
We're
And
always
of course,
pushing
I do coach
Ralph.
people, so, you know, when he ever gets it together, then, you know, I'll come out and we'll certainly spend a weekend of me cracking him with,
That would be
"Oh, Ralph,
great.
do the
Absolutely.
Jamaican Messenger. Come on, I want to see it. I'm turning Japanese. I want to see it." He has
Right.
several, I would say, showcase pieces that he could dust off at any time.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
put together
Thank you,
with some
CJ.
stuff.
Well, now, CJ, talk to us about Voice of the Author.
Yes. Oh, yes, this is so fun. Well, for about 20 years, I've had it's a privilege to get to go into a studio, whether it's, you know, your own little home studio closet or something big, a big audio publisher in New York or Los Angeles. And it's exciting to go in and actually long form, blah, 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 read the entire book, play every part. You start on page 1. You're the Italian grandfather. You're the sullen FBI agent. You're the snotty little teenager. You're the 7-year-old that's there with the step-parents every other weekend. You have to play all the parts. And then, ideally, have this mellifluous narrator-neutral voice that can thread all of the dialogue and story tone shifts together. And therefore, you know, you kind of boldly are the voice of the author. So if you had seen me recently, you say, "Oh, that's a face that can do radio." So the wonderful thing about it is if you have a facility to play a lot of characters with your voice and your emotional range, but you look a certain way.
Right.
So on camera, you're really only going to get a certain kind of, you know, range. But if you have this kind of ego, you can play all the parts. What fun to get to do this.
That's
And of
great.
course, it takes a certain skill set, and you have to be patient because the relationship with the microphone, how close you are, how far away you are, if you're screaming, if you're trying to make a point. So there's all these kind of neat things that you learn mostly from doing. Now they have workshops and many people coach for audiobooks, but back in the day when I was lucky enough to be working frequently in commercials, I was just walking down the street in New York with a very nice male actor named Karen McHugh and kind of took off to say, "I got to do my part-time job." And I knew he had done radio, but I had no idea he had this other life as an audiobook narrator. And through his kindness, I got that, you know, introduction and pressed through, got an audition, and an author selected me from a handful of female applicants. And her comment was, "Well, I don't know if CJ Critt is 5'2" and blonde, but to me, that's the sound, that's the voice of my 6'2" redhead."
Mm.
And I was Carlotta Carlisle in about 8 books for her. I loved it. It was like a great introduction. Good Lady Gumshoe mysteries. And then I went on to get to do some big bestsellers for Patricia Cornwell. She had like a forensic thriller, medical examiner, lady protagonist, sort of before CSI, but that she kind of hit that. She knew that the public could go for that level of gore.
Right.
And so she also had been a real medical examiner, so there's a lot of authenticity and gruesomeness, you know, glorification in her writing. And so I think it was fun to go from, you know, lighter stuff and comic stuff and then have this sort of voice of medical authority while gruesome things happen. So it was great fun to play. Yeah, fortunately, back then, I wasn't really stuck going, "Oh, you have a house in Texas? Well, you'll just play Texas characters."
Mm-hmm.
People have a tendency to want to typecast people, even in audio, more than they used to. But I've had the good fortune to do like a series that's in Boston and things that take place in the South. And I've done like 16 books for Margaret Maron. Her very regional flavor is always North Carolina and any neighboring states, and sort of, you know, get to go to the woods with her. And or to the furniture making district in North Carolina, and I guess there's a big pottery industry there, and real estate's had a boom. So her different, they're always kind of whodunits, and a few murders are sprinkled throughout, but they always have a very authentic regional flair because she lives down there, and I'm sure has relatives and gets to travel and research these different things. So when you are the audiobook narrator, you kind of need to kind of like a skin put on the universe of the author or the world that that particular book or series of characters is set in. And mostly that's a lot of fun. It's just, you know, if it takes 10 hours to listen to, it took 25 to 35 hours of being in the studio to create that book.
Wow.
And then in the good old days, we would go to a studio and someone would wait on us and give us tea and toast. And we would go and read a few hours. We'd take a lunch break and, like, you know, you order off the deli menu. Then you'd go back and work a couple more hours in the afternoon. And ta-da, you'd had your day. Well, now more and more the industry expects the actor to, the narrator actor to, of course, read the book and do your own research. And to a great extent, you were always a bit of your own director. A few directors I've had were super hands-on and micromanaging, but when you're doing a 10-hour book, that's usually not feasible. Usually the actors had to have the discipline to kind of make good choices and do a lot of homework and direct themselves. But now you're expected to direct yourself, have the equipment, pay for the maintenance and the insurance and the electricity, kind of edit yourself on a first pass level of gluing transitions together, and when you know you made a mistake, go back and just take that out or start over that in the next paragraph type of thing. And then you now upload this digitally, and another little team of audiobook mice, they go through and do quality control and another pass of like, so you made some boo-boos, and they'll inform you of that, and they'll do what they call mastering. So these are now two big steps kind of taken over by the actors wearing about 4 hats, and then the post-production team is doing the things that they have probably always done, but in a more streamlined, economic, technology-friendly way. And that's where a great deal of the industry has gone, and even the union's climbed. I guess it was so concerned that it would just happen without them that they've climbed on board and pretty much made it okay for publishers to pay actors to wear all these 4 hats and do everything about the same rate as I would get in before, just to walk in and be talent. So this is what's made it very tough for the veteran, other than, kind of the Winona Ryder does Little Woman, major name star,
Right.
Sort of steps down and does audiobooks. Most of the time, a lot of people's TV careers in Broadway will do audio, and they get paid top dollar, but they don't get movie star rates. It's more of like, I did an audiobook, and I was busy, and there's a little prestige, and it's a union gig, so it's like a many good pluses. It's a little like having a workout where you're paid. You need to keep working. You need to be doing stuff.
But isn't it great that you can do this on your own now? I mean, you could sort of.
Well, so it's wonderful to be able to have that freedom of kind of going both ways. It's wonderful to go into a studio and have support and a team, and it's kind of a relief sometimes to say, "What did you think about that?" And have somebody go, "It was a little whiny. Let's do it over." It's great to have, but it's a huge pleasure and an empowerment to say, "Oh, you know what? I think I can just do it now."
Well,
I turn on the Pro Tool that does run okay. I have a few fallback people that go, "Oh," I'm like, "What happens now?"
Well, do you find, CJ, that you pretty much do you get to work all on your own, or do you have an agent still, or is it just you've built up such a...
For audio, I have never had an agent. I have done over 150 books.
Wow.
And I never had an agent. When I first started, I was still active with Cunningham Escott DePini, and now they have another name tacked on. But back then, I did a lot of commercials with them, and they were very sweet and supportive, and they were kind of, that's audiobooks, and that's not big money, and you got that on your own, so, really, we don't even need to be included. I think now, if I was doing, there's different payment tiers, and if I was doing like a top retail level, I would be thrilled to work with an agent, and they would probably, from the beginning, command a better rate for the talent that uses agents for audiobooks. But again, the union has made it so that you, the actor, do have entry-level access to send a good demo, a cover letter, or ideally an introduction to any of the major audio players, and I'm sure they get stacks of stuff and they ignore it.
Right.
But some of it they do listen to, and if you do have credentials or already a leg in, you've just done a bunch of stuff and you send a great review with your cover note and the link to your website, you may get people to check you out. And then sometimes the big places will have, once a year we look at new talent, or twice a year we're screening for people that can do Hungarian. So they will look for specialty talents, and if you've kind of made a name of doing something really well, that will help you cut through. But it is, I can tell you, having done 150, sometimes people will get back to me and say, "Well, we are aware of you, or we really like you this or that, and we just don't have much coming up, but you're certainly, I'm acknowledging you, and you're in the good pile."
Right.
But a lot of people, it's like, "I don't care what you did. You're Barbra Streisand's little sister. We are never listening to this, and you will never hear from us." Like sometimes you just think, who do we have to to at least, respond? And so it's age old. If you're writing and you're sending things, sometimes it's even solicited, you won't get the feedback that a courtesy call should indicate you would. But other times, people do, at least get back to you, acknowledge you're in the pile that will be listened to, or we know that you have credentials, but we're only using men for the next 7 years.
Exactly. Well, listeners, everybody, we have, you're listening to veteran voiceover artist CJ Critt, and her website, CJCritt, CRITT.com. Check that out, because you have a great website. Everything's on there, and it's really, really fascinating to look at everything. I was really impressed.
Well, that is extremely kind of you. I have to give props there to the Apple Store, because I built all that on my one-to-one time, and I get nothing for this except joy. It is the best $99 I would ever spend every year for technology. I would take out this membership, and then I would go to Apple Store, a dozen to 20 times, never pay again, just that $99 once. And these guys would help me build the website, make changes, upgrade, fix stuff on my computer. I mean, they've just been wonderful. And that's where I kind of got the idea of, well, I'm going to do a podcast. And so I did the one little overview, and we mixed in, we went to royalty-free music, so we kind of got music legit off the internet, and we mixed that in GarageBand, and then we pulled it into the website. So a lot of the things that are very do-it-yourself but look good.
Yeah, they look great.
You know what you're doing, and someone helps you.
CJ,
So,
tell
yeah,
everyone about you're a staff writer at Radio Disney, where you also coach voicing.
Thanks.
Yeah, tell everyone about Radio Disney.
Well, once again, a friendly actor back at my talent agency here in the Heartland. I called it Kim Dawson Talent.
Oh, I know that agency.
Yeah, they do have some people that do it very well on the coast, but they're kind of here in the Heartland. And she had a staff job at Radio Disney. Since then, she's moved on to something else. But at that point, they were looking for female writers, and so they asked Cheryl, a female writer, who do you know that is female, who writes? And she went back to the agency, and of course, everything is now we have LinkedIn and everything else, but back then it was just who you knew, because this is a decade ago. And someone said, CJ Crit does a lot of things like writes for the theater and like has been in all these commercials. And back in the day when I did them in New York, sometimes I would get an upgrade because I improv or I wrote a line, and it's always kind of in my genes. So I've ended up submitting a bunch of samples. And initially, I didn't even write commercial copy for them. It was all little features, like Grandma Nature, the grooviest grandma in nature. And I created a really cute election-style feature called We the Peeps. And it was to demystify election jargon, like what is a caucus? And, what the Electoral College. And so we had all these funny, basically man-on-the-street reporter interviews with actual teenagers, and they didn't know what these things meant, and they would just say wild stuff. So we would edit that together. So we had some fun features. Years ago, we would do like a storytime theater, 10 minutes, end on a cliffhanger. The kids would call in and go, I think next the gerbil should take them for a walk. So whatever the kids would say was really inventive, we would change the story. So we have changed the programming over to be more pop 40 for kids and young teens. And so the emphasis has changed. But when I first came on board, like the more creative and out there, the better. Mm. And now essentially we do sort of sophisticated copywriting, and we brainstorm for the Disney Channel. And over the years, I have coached DJs and helped them on their accent reduction. I have worked with kids, and we had big group auditions where we had 300 kids come in a day, and then we'd narrow it down to 40, and then they would choose 20 that would be the after-school readers for the year. So we've just kind of worn a lot of different hats at Disney, and I've always enjoyed that. And they've been very kind to me, because in some places, if I was full-time, I wouldn't have the freedom that I have had to do audiobooks, to fly to New York, to run out and see Ralphie and pitch my screenplays and meet you via the phone. I wouldn't have that level of go for it. And they've been always very, it's a little unusual for what a lot of our other copywriters do, but, you bring this extra value to the table by being out there and creating, always part of things, and being on library shelves with your audiobooks, not just lounging around.
Right.
Bookstores. They always look at that as a positive, so I'm grateful for that, and hopefully there'll be no backlash for mentioning this on air, all right? Big Mouse, I love you. All right.
Oh, no, that's great. Well, CJ, why don't you segue, too, because I want Planet Eartha to know what an accomplished musical actress you are as well. CJ and I.
So sweet.
Well, no, it's all about you for the next 3 minutes. But
take it when you can get it, CJ.
this is your 15 minutes of fame.
If
CJ.
Ralph is giving it up, take it.
Well,
I'm thrilled. Well, Ralph and I did write a musical together years ago. We are happy to get it together for another production. It is called Tamponville, the musical with strings attached. In a world where women have been chemically altered to always be having their friend, there's only a few days a month when they are relieved of this burden, which they call their oasis time. Later on, they find out this is an evil plot, and they decide to overthrow the person, the diabolical and, of course, unhappy, wounded gent who's at the top of the food chain, who's sort of has sentenced them to this evil plight. And when they turn the tables on him with the help of Mother Nature, women become liberated and all the men go on the rags. So it is a wild little, kind of, I would say, like one of those midnight musicals. Like after you've seen My Fair Lady and you just want to drink a couple of beverages and laugh and be tasteless and irreverent and totally politically incorrect about.
Well, CJ, earlier, CJ, we were talking about vaginal rejuvenation, premenopausal. Dara mentioned that time of the month.
And we
Ralph
talked about
did.
painful menstruation.
So it's
it
no
all
surprise that
ties in.
Ralph would do a musical called Tamponville.
Well, CJ and I got inspired because I had just seen Urinetown. And after I saw Urinetown, I said to CJ, oh, God,
That was a great show.
I know, it was.
Great show.
It was really great.
Yeah.
And I laughed with CJ is so proactive. We were in my living room in Chelsea, and I said to CJ, oh, God, we should write a show called Tamponville. That night, CJ wrote a treatment, and we began writing songs. Remember this? This was the opening song, CJ. Seems
pass it over.
like all things
That's some good tie bud.
have strings attached. Isn't that great? Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh,
Yeah,
that's some good
it
stuff.
actually has some mournful, haunting melodies, and then a lot of like wild things. A big song called "Knocked Up," the big rock and roll thing where the girls fight. Because also in the world of Tamponville, no one has time for actual normal procreation. There is nobody does it anymore. It's all kind of test tube babies and very kind of sterile. And because romance distract people from just work and from kind of Brechtian totalitarian lifestyle. So there's no time for that. So it is totally taboo to have a baby the old-fashioned way. So it's all these bizarre little sexual twists and, boys playing men and men playing women, and it's just transgressive.
So for any of you producers out there listening, if you want a bloody musical, we have one for
a bloody good musical.
If you
There
want-
you
Yeah,
have
bloody
it.
good. Thank you,
Touche,
Jolly
Jasper.
Good and Bloody
Sounds
Fine
awesome.
and all that great
Touche.
stuff. Can I read one paragraph from one of my romance titles that
Yes.
I'm about to release as we go into the doc? All right. This is from Harper Audio will be presenting this. It is a romance novel by author Lori Wilde. It's called The Cowboy Takes a Bride. The naked cowboy and the gold-plated horse trough presented a conundrum. In the purple-orange light of breaking dawn, Mariah Callahan smeared her bottom lip between her teeth, curled her fingernails into her palms, and tried not to panic. It had been a long drive down from Chicago, and jacked up on espresso, she hadn't slept in 36 hours. There was a very good chance she was hallucinating. Dun dun. Anyway, I just had to share that with you. Those will all drop on February 12th.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
that's great.
Right before Valentine's Day, your 3 romance novels.
Yes. Yes, they're all cowboy themed. And honestly, once I've done my, well, little missy, like I didn't want to sound like Foghorn Leghorn, so I worked very hard at trying to sound, masculine, Texas, sexy, and not make them all sound the same. So one or two of them, I'll sound a little like this, but never like the big sexy lead. So I try to make those guys a little more like, oh, yum, I see those cowboy boots right now.
Oh.
So that's always my goal, and it's honestly those are kind of fun to do by myself because sometimes in the love scenes after playing both parts, it's howlingly funny to me. It shouldn't be to the listener, but I said to the people, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. So I'm sort of glad no one's there to see me blush.
I love
Like,
it.
Well,
uh,
CJ, as Ralph's manager, also, we're with the same. Whatever. We would love to see Ralph getting more voiceover work. Also, I'd love to see Ralph get into this audiobook world as well. Who does he have to?
Well, maybe he's ready to go back and audition again for books on tape. Maybe he might be more. I don't think he had a bad audition. Maybe now he'd be even more comfortable and more at ease because
Right,
he's
'cause you-
lived out there for several years. And
Yeah, because
and
you
people change,
got
and
me
their
that
needs
audition
for
years
who they're
ago.
looking for changes. I think that would be great. His name is Dan Musselman. Dan, don't hate me. Dan is a terrific, as far as I know, he's still like the studio, grand poobah, and is a terrific person. A great sense of humor, he's laid back but extremely professional. And they do a lot of work in their studios up. I think it's not quite in like downtown LA, but it's all within the driving distance.
Oh,
So,
no, definitely.
yeah.
I will definitely look into that again and use your name and your recommendations.
Yes, my
to be-
referral, but yes,
your
that
referral.
you have a lot to offer, and as a Ralph has supreme chops as a character actor. I mean,
Mhm.
such a diverse, it's sort of like a palette, a painter's palette of the different colors and flavors and energies that he could play effortlessly. And so what I would work on if I was playing DJ Coach is that the narrator neutral. Who is the voice of the author when nobody's speaking in pop arts? Who's that person? Who's the person that describes an autumn evening? Who's the person who talks about the car screeching to a halt?
Right.
I think it's that person that will be your area to stretch, your area
Exactly.
to find.
I agree with you.
You know, what I call the narrator neutral, but it's also a sweet spot because you're going to have to be comfortable reading with it for maybe several hours at a time. Which is where the theater background is great because I always think of it as like you're doing your one-man show, but it lasts longer.
Exactly.
And you take breaks and you prepare ahead of time and you don't have to memorize, by golly. So
Thank God. Well, CJ, one last question because time's running out here. I just recently spoke to a voiceover agent here in LA about a client, and she was saying that in New York not so much, but in LA she really recommends that actors take these voiceover workshops and these classes that the casting directors teach because, and this is one of the top voiceover agents here, because she said she feels that's the way that people get hired today. It's almost like a built-in thing that you have to take these classes or they have to get to know you through their workshops to cast. What is your take on that?
Well, my take would be it's sort of like until you have a producer, you have to be your own producer. If you're doing theater or you're writing a screenplay and you want to get it off the ground.
Right.
So until you have those contacts in your pocket and they know you, if that's a world where you have not had formal entree or your best friend is going out on calls and they just insist you come along, if you don't have another way to get to know them, I think that's valid.
Right.
But I think you would probably want to put like a finite, this next 6 months, I have $300 to invest in my education and career. I could take a class and go once a week for 6 weeks, or I could go to 6 casting workshops at $50 a pop. That's what that math is, right? I'm not that dumb. I'm not that blonde. But, I could then parcel it out that way. And if I have 6 really great audition, reading, coaching nights and follow up on all those 6 contacts, that's probably $300 well spent. That's how I would look at it.
Perfect. Great. Well, listen, you're the best. Thank you so much. The time goes by so fast, but please, next time you're in LA, if it's, of course, one of the first Sundays of the month, please come in live in the studio because I do want to meet you live in person. Maybe we'll meet at the opening of Ralph's one-man show.
That from your lips to God's ears. That's what I'm saying, Jasper. Okay, that is a fabulous thought.
Thank you, CJ.
And I cannot wait to come out there and maybe help with program notes or something small.
Okay,
absolutely. Listen, everyone, check out CJ's website, CRITT.com. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of the Sunday, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, CJ. Say hi to David.
Bye-bye.
Nighty night.
Oh, wow. She's fantastic, everybody.
Thank
CJ
you, Jasper,
Crit.
for having her on the show. And CJ, by the way, you're our first guest for the first Sunday that we are here at Universal Broadcasting Network. So thank you for helping us launch.
What a great voice she has.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Rob, I didn't know about Promises that you guys did the revival together.
Yes, we met at Equity Library Theater. That's where CJ and I first met, and she played Marge, and I was in the chorus, and we had such a great time together, and we've stayed friends ever since. And at some point down the line, we found out we were both born on April 6th, and that's how we became known as Psychic Soul Twins.
Psychic Soul Twins.
It's great. I would like to know more about the Bloody Musical.
Tamponville.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. We did a reading of it here at.
Did you really?
Yeah, in Los Angeles.
You have a script?
Yes, we have a script.
Send it to me.
Okay.
Send it to me.
Thank you. Okay, Marcus.
I want to. It's got to be like craziness.
Yeah,
and
it really
I'm
is.
all about craziness.
And I play the Red Fox character. The show opens with that first song. Seems like all things have strings.
No, dude, I totally want to read it.
Okay, great.
How many cast members?
I don't remember offhand.
Didn't you write it?
Yeah, I wrote it with CJ. I don't remember, Jasper.
Oh, okay.
How long ago did you guys?
We wrote. This has been several years ago. We wrote this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's whenever Urinetown first came out. When Urinetown was still in its
that
workshop.
was in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Because I saw it in New York with my mother.
Oh, okay.
Urinetown?
So good.
What is that?
Urinetown.
Urinetown was a
musical. Is that the R. Kelly video?
No,
boom!
Boom!
Comedy is hard. We'll
No,
be here all
seriously.
week. Tip your waitress, mofo.
No, seriously, I really don't know what
Yeah,
you're
so it
talking
would have
about.
been early
loves
2000s.
me.
Because I saw it in
know.
a workshop before it went on to the long run.
Yeah, it was a great
seriously,
show.
what is Urinetown? Like I made that
It was a
joke.
musical.
It was a
Broadway
musical. It was a New
musical.
York.
But
New York.
what was it about?
Urinetown.
Golden showers.
No, it was. I don't even remember what the subject matter.
It was tricky. The content was tricky.
But they were all
you had to
like,
be with it to get it.
they were
Dara, how
all
would you-
dirty workers. They were down under, and they
Yeah.
were downtrodden.
Yes.
And it was, I don't know if they had to pay
But
to
it was-
pee. Maybe they had to pay to pee.
Something.
It was something like that.
It's been a while.
But that's what gave me the idea. It's like, oh, they have to pay to pee. Well, let's do one.
It's been
where-
over 10 years since I saw
Your
it.
mom and dad loved that musical.
No, I know.
I remember
know.
when
Yes.
your parents came back from New York, they were telling Dennis and I we should go see that. Big time. They loved it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
Les Mis with piss.
Yes, it is. It's
I don't think there were any takeaway songs.
It's kind of a Les Mis
Like-
kind of feeling. Yeah, because
Really?
in
Yeah.
Urinetown they were all like, dirty and
Yeah.
slave like,
Yeah.
they were the
It
poor.
was very good though. It,
It
had
was-
a clever part to it
yeah,
that I don't
and
remember.
they were really great performers in
I
it too.
don't.
Because I remember James and I saw that it was in its workshop production before it went mainstream.
Yeah.
so
Funny.
really
It was
took-
funny.
Speaking of urine, I did want
Yes.
everyone to know that
Yes, golden
there is a
showers.
restroom here in the studio to
Thank
the right.
you.
And I just want you to know I'm very proud of Ralph for being able to sit in the studio with the bathroom right there.
But I closed the door.
with the door closed. Does CJ know about that?
yes, everyone
Okay, I was
knows.
going to bring that up
Wait,
earlier.
what?
But
Is
for
the
those,
bathroom right
it's
there?
an inside story. But for
Oh, that's
those
right.
of
you
you,
could have gone right there, but then we would have heard you.
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
you would have had to run the water.
Right.
And then
oh,
we
you're
probably
a
would've-
private bathroom
And
person.
you know, we're
Yeah.
like
Right.
sophomore kids out here. We probably would have
Right.
listened at the door. or
Well, you
something.
already did your sophomore. Would you hit that to Marcus?
No, I said, would you tap that?
Tap that.
And that's his compliment to
Oh,
you.
thank you. Yes, Tony, we can do Tamponville as a UBN live theater.
Live theater. Or
Excellent.
theater.
Yes, we'll have to
Theater.
have CJ fly out here for that in the future. Thank you.
That would be
Where
great.
did CJ call from?
She's from Dallas.
Dallas.
She's in
Dallas.
Dallas, Texas.
She lives with her
Oh.
husband David in Dallas.
The Kim Dawson agency that she mentioned, that's
Yes.
where I discovered Denise Boutte
Oh.
9 years ago next month.
God, what a coincidence.
when you guys were 20?
She was not 20. She was younger.
You were 20.
I just turned 49, everybody. I'm not.
Happy birthday, you
Happy
guys. to
birthday
Jasper.
to
That's awesome.
you.
February 1st was Jasper's birthday.
And I do want to say my mom, Martha Malcolm, wants me to tell all of you hello. She is doing so
oh,
fabulous.
Martha.
I always think birthdays are for parents. So I called her on my birthday and I said, Mother, 49 years ago, your vagina was being stretched.
Oh,
She said
they didn't have rejuvenation back then.
she did, and she laughed so hard. And she said, well, 9 months earlier, it got stretched by your dad.
Wow. Martha.
So I thought that was a
Boom.
good Sunday message for everyone. Don't you, Ralph?
I totally do.
There's no
Thank
better
You.
response.
Thank you, Martha.
And even though
Yeah.
she's in hospice with full dementia, she was able to. She knew what she was
She
talking
was
about.
Hey,
lucid
I
for
tell
that.
you what, it ain't full dementia. She still
No.
remembers
Right.
that split
Totally.
she got.
She remembered it, and that's
That
So
split
kudos
teeth
the
to-
that
apple
she
didn't fall
got.
far from the
Kudos-
tree, Dad.
kudos from
Thank
your
you.
papa.
That's right. Ouch. Is all I'm
Ouch.
Now it's at this time in the service that we normally pass the
The
plate.
service.
So
The
feel
service.
free. We
Is this
do.
where the pedophiles come in?
we-
Oh,
that's
it's not
for
the
Cath-
Catholic.
Well, we're not
well,
against Catholics. This is
Non-denominational.
we're non-denominational. We're like the Unitarian, Reverend Michael Beckwith.
Come as you
Okay,
are.
whoever
Yeah.
that is.
We're at Liz Hanley. Anyone that wants to go to the Unitarian Church and say, "Come as you are," get your vision boards
Or
everybody.
agape.
Yeah, or agape.
I think it's pronounced agape.
Is it agape?
Well, because we've been talking about vaginal
For this-
rejuvenation,
yeah,
I
for-
thought that would be the pronunciation.
For this
I'd use.
particular church, yes.
Yeah, it'd be agape. It would be.
Anywhere
That's
else, it
perfect,
would be
Marcus.
agape.
I like
No,
that we crack
you're right.
ourselves up.
Yeah.
We're sort of like in our own little bubble
That
here,
is hilarious.
right?
Yes,
here,
of
it would
course.
be-
I
Ralph,
like
Ralph
living in my
lives in his
bubble.
own bubble, but I
Yeah.
mean, we've created our own little
Totally.
on the set bubble. What's wrong, Marcus?
No, I'm just looking outside. I'm
It got
Yeah,
dark.
now we can
did,
close
didn't
it.
it? It
Now
looks
we
weird.
can close
It's
it.
like
Yeah.
we
It's
got
not
here.
very friendly.
It was like super sunny, and
Then all of a sudden
and
it got
like
very
hot.
hot.
Like
The
it was
sun
like
goes
80
down.
degrees, and now
Yeah.
it's like.
But we
Yeah.
shouldn't feel. I mean, we should.
Ravens 28.
Oh, Ravens 28 to who's winning?
they
To the
score
Falcons.
again?
Anyone tell us how was the halftime? Do we?
People
is
are
it
saying
worth-
it was great, and that they Destiny's Child were together.
Oh,
People,
Yes.
people are talking about
she
how
had to
much,
get them out of foreclosure to come back and have
Well,
a job.
that's a good friend.
Oh yeah.
People are talking about how
You
how
saw
hot
She's
spreading
was
the
You
it?
wealth.
saw the Diana Ross and the Supremes, right?
Yes.
Okay, well that's the modern day version.
They are saying people are talking about how hot Beyonce was.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
Which is great.
Okay.
But still, I mean, they have calendars
well, just
for
picture
that.
Jay-Z up in that because that's who's in it.
They should
After her dad got out.
What did you just say?
I don't even know what's going on.
I said
anymore.
after her dad got out of it, Jay-Z got in.
Oh wow, that's like
Well-
a Celine Dion thing
Celine Dion?
with the husband.
Celine Dion?
Oh, that's right. The husband
Wasn't he
is-
the molester back in the day?
Well, no, he was
He
her
waited.
manager. She was 13.
Yeah, he didn't touch
Dara.
her. He waited.
How dare we would ever think
waited.
that?
Mm.
Oh, speaking of, did you guys
Yes.
see Lindsay Lohan made another court appearance this week
Oh, she
with her
is
new
just-
attorney?
and her
Some-
orange face and her white legs.
some-
So jacked.
That's
up.
a ginger
Yeah.
snap
You know
all
what?
the way. Uh-huh. Woo!
Ginger
You
snap.
got that, didn't you,
That was
Marcus?
good.
Thank you.
That was good. You know what? I know what has to happen for her.
What?
Seriously, I do. Here's
Let's
what has
hear
to
it.
happen.
Let's
What
hear
has
it.
to happen for Lindsay is, I don't know if it will, but it's the only thing I think that would work. Quentin Tarantino has to find her.
Has to fuck her? What?
Find her.
Find her. I'm sorry. I thought
I don't
you
think
said
that would
something
help.
else.
I don't think that would help.
Find her
No,
and
but
help her?
seriously, Quentin Tarantino
Rejuvenate her?
finds, Yes, that's what he finds people
And he puts them in
that
the
are
movies.
completely gone,
Like Robert Forster.
like just gone.
Uh-huh.
Really?
And yeah.
Uma
what's her
Thurman wasn't
name?
gone.
What's it? Yes,
She's gone
she
now.
was.
She had her. He revived
He
her, and she's
totally-
dead again.
Yeah, he totally did. Her, Travolta,
Pam
obviously,
Grier,
Pam Grier.
Robert Forster.
Yeah, like he finds these people and he just pulls them out of obscurity and fixes them somehow.
Why doesn't he do that for Jasper
I don't need to be fixed.
to
This
be
is-
on his movies?
Oh, I did audition for Django. Didn't get it though.
Which
Did you
part?
really?
One of the I don't know. I don't.
You don't
One of the
remember?
really creepy bad guys. Always
yeah?
racist. One of the racist thugs that I think is with Leonardo.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
Yeah,
I don't remember.
he
Yeah.
couldn't say nigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he couldn't. he
But
couldn't
Marcus
do it.
just did.
Well, I mean, Marcus
Yeah.
is
I could say it.
allegedly black. So
Right.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
No, but like he couldn't do it, and then Jamie Foxx and Sam Jackson.
Who couldn't say
Leonardo
the N-word?
couldn't.
Leonardo, he
Leonardo.
couldn't do it. Like
Oh.
he got on set and he couldn't do it. He
Oh.
couldn't say it.
Well-
So then like Jamie Foxx got on and talked to him, and then Samuel Jackson talked to him, and he still couldn't say it. And Quentin talked to him, and he still couldn't say it. So I guess Sam and Jamie took him out, and they all went drinking. And then Leonardo came to set the next
Drinking
day.
with Jamie.
and
Is
he
that what
was-
Jamie calls
he was
it?
all he was.
What,
he was,
Jamie
he was,
Foxx?
He was
Why'd
very
you
free.
do that?
I
No,
just
no,
said.
was it
that's-
Jamie?
Does he
yeah,
not
yeah,
drink?
yeah, Jamie Foxx. I think he was making a gay reference towards Jamie Foxx. I think.
Oh, really?
So there was a power outage at the game during the halftime show.
Oh, there
Where have
was?
you been, Ralph?
That's what I'm
Ralph, what happened?
I'm just
What?
reading. All
Is that
these
what you took from the?
I,
talking
I was
about
somehow.
Django.
We were talking about Leonardo DiCaprio.
I know, I've
And
no,
just-
but this is
Fox.
good. This
I've
is
just
this is
moved on.
current.
I've
Yeah,
just
he's moved on.
progressed.
Right.
It's live radio.
Power.
Oh,
power
the
outage?
lights went out unexpectedly in the Superdome. CBS cut to commercial without explanation.
Was
I
it
get-
during the halftime show?
I guess.
Somehow they'll blame Obama.
The score.
Touche.
The score is 28-6
Touche.
right now.
Oh, there's no chance then.
The Ravens are
49ers
killing it.
Well,
What
there's
quarter?
always a chance.
Third quarter?
Third quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, because halftime show.
Superpower
Beyonce finally.
Super Bowl outage.
It said
Wow.
Superdome management has determined that the game is over.
What?
What? No.
Beyonce finally just sit down.
What?
Mike Biddle wrote that. Do we know Mike Biddle? Wasn't he a guest
Wait,
on our
what?
show?
They don't
Mike-
just
No, that
end
was
the
Mike
game.
Pingle, sorry.
Is the power out like as
Nah,
we
nobody's
speak?
gonna forfeit. They're not gonna.
Don't they
forfeit.
stop and pick it back up?
Don't
or-
they have backup
No.
generators?
Can't all the,
The game-
cheerleaders
it's not
just
over.
strike flares and hold it up or something?
They could. What about everybody's phone lighters?
oh,
Someone
like at a
forgot
concert.
to pay the electric
Like at
bill,
a
someone-
concert. They
Wow.
can just all use their big lighters.
Did the Niners like just get in the bus and drive home? What?
That's so crazy.
That's
Is
like
it out
a-
now as we speak?
It said Beyonce. Katie Schott said Beyonce blew the power out.
Ask Katie if the power's back on.
Katie, thank you for my birthday
it's
wishes,
still-
by the way.
It's still out. People are saying, "Where's the generators?
So
Anyone
see,
have a charger?"
they were better off listening to us
They
anyway.
were.
Exactly.
They were.
Katie, I want to do a shout out to Naomi. We want her to feel better. Feel better, Naomi.
Oh, what a
Naomi, is
beautiful
that her
name.
granddaughter?
Her
Her
daughter.
daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Katie, I'm sorry. Ralph told I thought it was your granddaughter. You're not old enough to have a granddaughter.
Stacy just texted me. Power is out. Did not happen during halftime.
Oh, it didn't happen.
Well, thank
Okay.
God.
Stacy's the power out. Like there's no. You can't even have the Super Bowl on TV. You don't see it. What? Let me know
Thank
what's
God
up.
it didn't have the gays would be killing
Oh,
themselves.
thank
if
God it
happened
didn't
at
happen.
halftime.
If it had happened during Beyonce, they would have been like, okay, well, that's why, because she was lip syncing and the power went out.
I mean, all of West
They are
Hollywood
not
would.
playing right now. Stacy's saying.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Gosh, I hope it's not like that movie. What was that movie where they came in and they did a terrorist thing
Oh.
during the football game?
The Last Boy Scout.
Oh.
No.
don't
It was a movie that I
was.
just saw with
You're the one person that saw that movie.
Oh yeah,
my
dude.
gosh,
Yeah.
why
Halle
can't I
Berry.
think of it?
Yeah. Which one, Dara?
Stripper.
Was it a Lifetime movie?
No, it's a real movie where oh my goodness.
I know.
Yeah, I'm having
Did
a
the dude go running through with? Was he shooting people? to
No, he
score the
wasn't shooting
touchdown?
people. It was like a whole underground movement, and they were attacking the city, and everybody was trying to escape.
Oh, recently?
Yes, recently.
With John Cusack?
No,
No.
not with John Cusack.
Oh, anyone listening, if you know the movie Dara's talking about.
Hey, one of my
hit
friends
us.
on Facebook said "Lights Out, San Francisco."
Wow.
It might have been a James Bond movie.
Oh, maybe.
Was
Was
it
it
not-
Skyfall? The more recent one?
It might have been
Hmm.
where he was underground, and he had to climb up the wall to escape.
I bet you your sons know.
They do, but of course they wouldn't answer my text messages.
Right, because Dad's
Stacy says the
girlfriend's there.
slowly coming back on. It may be 15 minutes. Wow.
Yeah, Dennis says half stadium dark delay.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Well, that's interesting.
Baltimore
Ask Dennis if
28.
he knows what that movie
I
is.
think it's Batman.
Yes, Batman.
Tony Sweet just said Batman.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
It was
Batman.
the Batman. Yes. So I mean that's a little creepy.
Oh.
So we're safer here on Gower.
We're
and
safer
Sunset
here,
with the
Dara. You don't have
homeless
to worry
and the
about
drug-
getting to your car.
I still want a police escort to my
No,
car.
I'll walk you to your car, Dara.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
we're all parked right behind you. So
Right.
we just happen to be going that way.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to go over to Starbucks and use my gift card that Dara gave me for my birthday. And
Aw.
I was not accepting
And
gifts.
you know what? And
Anyway, so
right.
it's fine.
And you know what? Get the coffee. I know that you don't like fancy coffee, and I know that you go to the local donut store. So
I
just
like
get the
white
coffee
trash
of the
coffee.
day. Just
Right,
get the
yeah, because
coffee
he
of the
doesn't
day.
even. Because I was going to get him a Starbucks once,
Right.
and he said he didn't like Starbucks.
But they'll give me. I can cash this.
Well,
in for
he
the
can have
cash.
the non-carb food there.
Right.
I do not. Listen, I had chicken noodle soup today, and I eat noodles. Alert, everyone, for my birthday.
Alert the media.
I had
Alert
noodles.
the
You
media.
I had.
gluten.
I had
Oh my
ner-
God, you're
noodles.
It's a one.
Wow.
It's a one-day
because
thing.
you've been getting over your
I mean,
flu.
treat, you got to treat yourself.
Jasper, did you hear anything back from everybody doing the film that you had to pass up because you were not feeling well?
No, but they've had. I've been looking at all the great photos all week. Of
Oh, okay.
Tara Reid's in like waist deep water with a mechanical shark eating her. And,
Oh,
I
very
mean,
Jaws.
not in real life. on the movie.
Right, right.
So yeah, I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to go out in the ocean and do all that. So
Yeah, that was too bad.
Ralph, if you're
That's hysterical.
photos are not allowed.
Yeah,
in this
photos are not
studio.
allowed.
There's
Ralph.
a you said
Thank
you
you.
said they were going to blame the lights on Obama.
Right? Are they already?
I don't want to blast the person, but there's somebody on my Facebook who blamed it on Obama.
Are you kidding?
No.
on Obama.
Why
No.
don't you
Here,
defriend them?
Look at.
Let me.
Is
take
it
a
Martin
look.
Perone?
Look what it says.
I just want to get close to Marcus, so I'm going to move this big black
Dennis
thing
wrote
over.
Batman.
Oh, Tony had already
Wow.
written it. Sorry.
Okay. Wow.
So they're
And
blaming.
he's even minority himself.
They're blaming Batman.
Scary.
I mean Obama.
Batman. Thank you, Tony, for that.
Wow.
See, I
That's
didn't
funny.
remember that. So Tony knows what I'm talking about. That was a good movie.
All right.
Tony
well,
yeah.
knows what's up. Tony's a cool
Tony's
dude.
right. Tony knows.
Tony
He's,
is on
Tony.
it. He's just got it down.
And by the way, everyone, starting next Wednesday, Tony Sweet's On Air with Tony Sweet will be back on live.
Yay.
Wednesday and
4 to 6.
Friday, 4 to 6
Yes.
Pacific time, right here
Yes.
on ubnradio.com. We're going to take our last break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap it up in a big old bow and give you a big old slurpy kiss and send you all on your
And
way.
give you a little baptism, a little water, a little
yeah,
holy water.
we're going to be doing the communion when we come back.
I
This
thought
will be
it's
the.
I thought it's not. Well,
So
it's
weird.
non-denominational.
It's Holy Communion.
So weird.
Right.
Open wide
So
and let
weird.
it slide.
So weird.
Get your Astroglide.
So
Get
weird.
your Astroglide.
It gets so weird in here.
And this is our
Poor
the
Marcus.
same song
He's
you
like,
heard
Oxnard
earlier
never
because we
looked
only
so
have
good.
2 songs
I
today.
love Oxnard.
So, but
I love
because this
Isis,
is-
I love Jeremy.
Because we're at the end of the show,
Freaky.
this is called
So weird.
Finally.
Sourville.
It's so
You are
weird.
listening to On the Set
Set
with
with
Jasper
Ralph Cole
Cole.
Jr..
We'll be right back.
Come back, planet
Negroes.
I need a shower.
You're back on the set with Hollywood's bad guy, Jasper Cole. Here's Jasper Cole.
No
All
power outages
right. No. Howdy, 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 and welcome back to On the Set with Jasper Cole. We are bringing it down to the final stretch with my co-host, Ralph Cole Jr., Entertainment Dish with Dara Zane
Hello.
Scully, and Rants with Mr. Marcus Redmond.
I feel dirty.
Yeah, everyone, thanks for tuning in to our very first show here on Sundays, our first Sunday of each month at ubnradio.com. We missed a call earlier, so we are going to call
Oh.
one of the best writers in the world, Miss Panina Goldstein, and see if we can get her to answer. and give a little shout out to her because we were busy.
Hello.
Could this be Panina Goldstein, please?
This could be.
Bitch, you are
Except,
live
you
on the
have to
air.
hold on because I'm fixing Beyonce's makeup right now.
Oh, I love that.
Well, listen, Panina's been. Have you been watching the game and everything?
Oh, honey, only in New Orleans would the power go out.
Of course.
Somebody was smoking crack right by the generator.
They're gonna blame the former mayor who's already indicted.
Oh
I'm
my
sure.
God, isn't he in jail?
I think so. He fled the state. So we're dying to know how. First of all, did you see the national anthem?
No, I missed that part. I was actually what I do is work for a living. So
Oh, I got it. It's a Sunday, sweetie. You're still working?
No, I finished right.
By the way, we have another Jewish in the room. You know, Dara's with
Dara!
us. Dara.
Hello.
Hello.
I didn't. Shalom,
fellow-
Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom. Hello, fellow tribal member.
Yes.
Hi, shalom.
The chosen few are in
We
the
are
room.
the chosen ones. So stand back.
Hi, Panina. How
That's
are you?
Ralph.
Hey, is this Ralphie?
Yes,
Yes.
it is, Panina.
Hi, Ralphie.
Hi, Honey Pie. Thank you so much for calling in. We didn't answer before because we were doing that interview, but then I asked Tony how we could get you back, so thank you for answering.
We wanted to call you back. Marcus is here as well. Say hi to Panina.
Hi, Marcus.
How are you, Panina?
I'm good. I'm
Panina's
good.
hot.
Ooh.
Panina's
I'm a little
hot.
nauseous from the Beyonce thing, but that's besides.
Yeah,
Oh, did you not
Panina's.
like
Were you
it?
Well,
nauseous?
Panina's with me on the whole lip
Oh,
syncing
dear
thing.
God.
She's over her, right?
You know,
Panina?
she couldn't rehearse for the president. But what was she doing? Because it didn't look so good to me on this.
Okay, so Panina, we can agree then. I personally feel that
Is this
Beyonce.
Marcus?
This
yes,
is Marcus.
I personally feel that she has done enough. It's enough. And thank you for the years, and thank you.
And
He
please
thinks she should
have another
retire.
baby.
For the years
go
in
away.
the
you know,
ears.
listen. She asked for a ring to be put on it.
And
A
she
ring
got
has
it.
been put on it, and there's a child with a very odd name, and so let's just be done.
And
right?
I'm sorry, Jennifer Hudson stole all the thunder from the movie.
She could go away too.
Oh gosh.
We
Yeah.
could
Oh.
put her to bed too.
She's going to be on Smash starting
I
February.
know.
Oh,
I can't-
Panina's.
I
We're
can't watch
watching
it.
Smash.
I know. I'm
aren't we?
very excited. I
Yeah.
am very excited.
I can't.
I
I'm
love
tuning
Smash.
out.
That's the
We
gayest.
are from
The
the high
gayest
school
part of me
theater
is
department.
watching
We are
watching
so
Smash.
excited.
I love Smash.
Biggest thing is going on where there's no lights in New Orleans, and we're like, oh my God, Smash is coming on. Can't wait.
We are so gay.
We have our
She's-
priorities.
I- You know
Five,
what?
6,
I gotta-
7, 8.
I gotta.
Shemazel, yes.
I have to turn.
Single.
We'll be a schlemazel. Here we
That's the
go.
thing. I have to stand my ground. I was a big fan of Smash, and they went and they
Oh.
put that Jennifer Hudson on it, and I will not be watching it.
Oh,
Why
but
don't
you
you
haven't
like
seen it
Jennifer
yet.
Hudson?
But
I
you
don't
haven't
like her.
seen it yet. She might be
How
fantastic.
come you don't like her?
I can't. I
Well, you
can't
know, there's a
stand
new
attitude.
showrunner.
There's
the
a new
guys
showrunner.
that did Gossip Girl, they replaced Teresa Raybeck, and they brought in these new guys. So it's really going to be quite different.
Right.
And the one guy that I really liked, even though we couldn't stand him, was the assistant.
They got rid of him, right?
They got rid of him.
That's
the,
good.
The cute little black guy.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Now,
Or
doesn't
Puerto
didn't-
Rican.
Or
We
is he
don't know what he
Haitian?
was.
He's the Spanish variety. As we
Teresa
say.
created the show, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's gone.
She's off.
So the
But they
creator-
did that.
She's off,
They
now
did
she's
that
off.
to John. You know, John Raven Bates. They did that to him on Brothers and Sisters also.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they don't like playwrights for some reason.
You know, because playwrights are, you know, there's a reason for this.
Right.
Because playwrights, they own the stage, meaning you can't just change a word
Mhm.
because you feel like it.
That's
you have
right.
to act, even the director, they have to actually go through the playwright.
Right.
It's the only medium of writing that really the power is with the playwright. In fact, the playwright could actually fire, if they wanted to, the director, even though the producer would then say,
Wow.
closing.
Closing. That's right.
But see, Teresa
Hello?
started on television. She was working on
She's
NYPD
done
Blue.
a lot. She did a lot, but she was at first, I think, a playwright.
yeah.
She may not have been a Broadway playwright, but she was a playwright.
I met her. She was a producer on NYPD Blue. She was a writing producer on NYPD Blue back in the day. Wow.
Well, listen, Panina,
Was she
we
nice?
only,
Was she pretty?
we only
She's
have
great.
30 seconds
She's
left
great.
of the
Oh,
show,
30
so
seconds.
Oh, my
we,
God.
we saved the best for last.
28,
But I wanted to
27.
thank you for being our
A
first
loyal
real
customer.
our first real caller on this new station
But
we're
really, you know, Beyonce should take acting lessons next. I mean,
Right.
She could
No, no,
afford
no, no, no,
private
no,
ones.
no, no,
She
no,
could
no.
even afford, just so you know, she could even afford to bring back Lee Strasberg from the dead to to give her.
Oh, right. Marcus just broke the microphone.
No, she should
okay,
just go
listen,
home.
guys. We're closing out
we're
the
closing
show.
out.
Thank everybody.
Okay.
We'll
Thanks.
see you.
Congratulations.
Thank you for
Thank
calling
you.
in, fellow
See you
Bye.
next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Planet Eartha.
Everyone, thanks for
Now Marcus
listening.
is
We'll
trying-
see you on March 3rd. You've been listening to On the Set with Jasper Cole. Bye-bye.
Yay.
Don't miss a minute of On the Set with Jasper Cole and get the inside scoop on everything going on behind the scenes in Hollywood.